You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, this is director-producer Alan Wills, and I am on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live at www.spreaker.com/positivepower21.org. Y'all heard?
Hey, y'all, this is Tina-Hobson, the hostess of I Am a Superwoman Radio, and we are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Pat.
Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandra Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Byrne. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Lamar Marquise with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, thank you, Robot. Thank you for bringing us in. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to Positive Power 21.org. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? 21, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I am Jerry Royce Live. I am blessed. I am worldwide. And Philippians 4:6 says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God your needs, and don't forget to thank Him for His answer. John 14:6, New International Version say, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. And John 11:25 say, Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. You're listening to episode 401. I am Superwoman Tina-Hobson on our special show called Ladies of Internet Radio, and she is one of our podcasters that feed right on through Blog Talk Radio, and we appreciate having her here, and she'll be bringing it every Friday with some serious talk radio that you got to tune into, and we appreciate her all the time. All right, and her bio reads, author Tina A. Hobson, 3 times international best-selling author, speaks publicly and advocates for women's rights, including prevention of drug abuse and domestic violence. Her solo book on Oh, How He Loves Me, Reflections of God's Love for Me and for You, is a combination book and workbook. These books allow readers to travel with her through her trials and tribulations, including alcohol, drug addiction, suicide attempts, and into deliverance. Tina believes that her deliverance from alcohol and drugs is the highest asset she has to offer the world. Tina is president and producer and hostess of I Am a Superwoman Radio, a licensed social worker and CEO of Tina's Glory Hair, LLC. Tina is also an officer with Toastmasters International. Tina believes that with hard work, tenacity, but most of all having faith in the provider of all things are possible. Tina resides in Maple Heights, Ohio, where she operates her businesses. Tina is the proud mother of 3, grandmother of 3, and great-grandmother of 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Tina Hobson. What's going on, Tina? How you doing tonight?
Oh, man, Jerry. Oh, I was listening to you recite scripture, and I know you live scripture, and it was just making something leap inside of me because the word of God is real, it's true, and I'm just it excites me. It excites me. And the second thing that excites me is being right here with you on Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. Thank you for having me tonight, Jerry.
Oh, my pleasure. Now, I listen to your show all the time, and the good thing about internet radio, and I think I hear Benita say it all the time on the Storm, if you miss it live, you can catch it on demand right here on Positive Power, because I know sometimes Blog Talk Radio can get a little funky sometimes when you try to go on demand. Sometimes it's a little hard to find people because sometimes I don't understand how they categorize things. It's not as simple as some of the larger platforms out here, but they're a big company, a really big company. But
absolutely,
hey, they are the leaders, so maybe they know something we don't know. But I'm glad to have you feeding through our platform, and everybody knows that not only are we on Spreaker Radio, but they can catch you on iTunes. All you have to do is Google Tina Hobson, and she will come up on the Jerry Royce Live. Okay, I was going to say Jerry Royce Live International.
Well, worldwide. You worldwide. Okay, you bigger than all that.
Praise God. Praise God. Oh, God is just so mighty because everybody know where we've been. They know where we both been, and they know where we are right now, and we're here to advocate and help our fellow people because what he said eventually all four corners of the earth, that's right, will know his name, and he will return. So we got to get everybody ready. We're gonna help them out with that. I know God probably said, I don't need your help. I'll take it anyway. Keep you guys out of trouble, right? Just keep us out of trouble, Lord.
You remind me, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so
Lord.
How you doing? What's up? What's going on?
Jerry, I am amazed. You know what? You just said something, and I followed instructions. I Googled myself. That sounds kind of crazy, though, don't it? But I went to the Internet in the Google search and put in my name. Oh, my God. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that my name would come up on the Internet? And I'm not a fugitive. I'm not in prison. You're not seeing me under the Ohio Rehabilitation and Corrections website. It's all about positive stuff. And it wasn't always like that. It was not always like that. So when I went on here, when you mentioned that, I almost fell out my chair because it talks about all the positive author, radio show hosts on LinkedIn, Spreaker, Jerry Royce Live, Channel 17. I mean, it tells everything about what God not only can do, but will do, has done, and will continue to do in my life. We talked about, what our goals and stuff are going to be for the next year, and it's time to start setting those goals now. Don't wait till January the 1st. That's too late now, but expanding. And the biggest joy is knowing that without God, none of these things would have been possible. That's what excites me. That's what keeps me grounded. And I'm just, I'm over the top excited with what God is doing in my life, because I've got this motto now that it's never too late to be great, because I was like at 50 and over, really going into my 60s, when things really, really started to pop, and I started to recognize, and when I recognized and I kept thanking them, things just kept, it was that positive domino effect, you know, things just kept just expanding, and oh my goodness, it's good, it's good.
Good for you.
Wow.
It is good. Now, you know my tradition on the show has always been the first question sets off the show. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, well, who is Superwoman? Superwoman Tina Hobson. Tell us, who is she?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to tell you how that Superwoman came about. And it came up in my memories on Facebook today. Well, for the last couple of days, 2 years ago, two ladies and I, God gave us the vision to do a conference, a women's conference, a women's empowering conference. And, Jerry, it was awesome. And we were thinking about a theme. What is our theme going to be? And we came together collectively with I am a superwoman. I am a superwoman. And, you know, and with giving God the glory, you know, we're trying to figure out, well, how are we going to finance this thing? Are we going to have to look for sponsors? Are we going to have to charge admission? What are we going to do? And oh, my God, this was a free conference. We even allowed the vendors to sell their products at no charge, none whatsoever.
Wow.
We were in one of the top flight hotels here in Northeast Ohio, in Twinsburg, Ohio. Beautiful ballroom, beautiful vendors area, speakers galore. We had speakers talk about domestic violence, drug and alcohol addiction, the obstacles of women starting their own businesses. I mean, we even had one gentleman actually talked about his life of being a domestic violence victim, then becoming a perpetrator. And I tell you, Jerry, that man stood behind that podium. His name is Joey Ruffin. He stood behind that podium and apologized to the women in that room for every man who had ever laid their hands on them, swore at them, committed any type of domestic abuse against them. There was not a dry eye. There was not a dry eye. And from there, you know, God said, you got to keep this moving. You got to keep it moving. And my partners, they weren't ready. You know, I'm not beautiful women. You'll see their pictures. I got a picture on Facebook today. I brought up those memories and posted them. But they weren't ready to move with me yet. You know, we weren't ready to move together. And so I asked him, I said, is it okay if I continue with the theme, I am a superwoman radio? I am a superwoman since we started it together. I said, is it okay if I continue this? They said, go ahead. Jerry, the rest is just simply amazing. The radio show was created, and it has been almost 2 years now that I have been the executive producer and hostess of I Am a Superwoman Radio, have not missed a beat. We have aired every single Friday night at 9 o'clock p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Just recently, oh, Lord, thank you, I added another show on Sunday evenings at 8 o'clock p.m., Praise and Worship Gospel Hour. Nothing but just 1 full hour of praise and worship music. No commercials, just a minimum interruption, because I gotta tell everybody who I am and what it's all about. But just a smooth flow of giving God the glory to jumpstart us into our upcoming week. It makes Mondays just a little bit more bearable, you know, when you started with God. Okay? I don't stress out on Monday mornings. You know, and if nobody gets anything out of it, I get a heck of a lot out of it. And my Monday mornings, I wake up, something great is happening in my life today. You know that's my thing, and it's a beautiful thing. And so with I Am a Superwoman Radio, I've had the privilege of being the guest speaker on a lot of different platforms, been featured in magazines, and oh my goodness, becoming a partner, a syndicated partner. You took me under your wings and brought me in as a family member of PositivePower.org. Jerry Royce worldwide. Jerry, that has just done fantastic things in my life. You know, where in the beginning, you know, I was playing with the radio. I was playing with it. I got to keep it real. But when God really took a hold of me, he said, you're not playing with this. I gave it to you, and you better show somebody you better show everybody what I'm going to do, what I'm doing. And today, you know, you syndicated me. Robin Lynn, oh, my God, she's been there for me. Just so many people. Carrie Hines. PositivePower.org. Oh, we are family. We are family, and I'm loving every second.
Don't forget about the 21. Don't forget about the 21.
PositivePower21.org. Okay.
21. That's right.
Wow.
21. The trilogy. That's right. That's
all right.
For the trilogy.
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels good to be going this direction because, you know, I think when I met you, you know, we were just basically entertaining just authors of any genre. And, you know, people heard the story many times. I'm not going to go into it. But, you know, God did lay on my heart a while ago. I mean, actually, I was prophesied this like years ago. I was like 28, when this gentleman, a businessman, too, I think he was like, this guy was, he peddled herbs and natural products. And he looked right at me and shook my hand, and he told me, you know, he saw this coming. And I always wanted to do radio, but, you know, it was no place for us when there's only 2 urban hip-hop stations in your town, and the rest of it is just news talk. You don't have a chance. And I was telling Benita about this today to remind her she got to look up Kathy Hughes. Kathy Hughes told her a fantastic story a couple of years ago. I think I read her story. I think I read it in Black Enterprise magazine. That's my magazine. I met that gentleman, the owner, Errol G. Graves. He was at Morgan State University, you know, selling his book. And I'm not sure if he mentioned her in his book, but I remember she was in his magazine, and she talked about how she was on welfare, and she wanted to raise her son a certain way. She wanted to offer him a certain way of life, you know, one that she didn't have. And in some kind of way, she got in the radio and owned her first station and her second, her third. And she, of course, she owned Radio 1. You see them on TV, you know, black radio. And that was just such a fascinating thing. I said, oh, my God, how did she do that? But it was just so much business that was involved with investors and money and this and that. I was like, wow, it just sounded so complicated. But God just simplified all of that. He said, it's other ways you could broadcast. You got free air, you got cable, you got internet, and they call those the hybrid systems now. You put them all three together, you got hybrid systems. And some people broadcast all 3 ways.
Yeah.
Of course, and then, of course, when people feed you through the internet, they can hit you up through the satellite, because when you go in third world countries, they listen to us through the satellite radio. So there's some kind of way that the signal is encrypted for them. So that's why when you look at how, where this come from and where it's going and where we all going banding together. This is something that Robin Lynn had talked about for a while to me, like back around, I think, November, December of last year. She saw this happen, a big network forming, because she said the only way we're going to be able to see network-type dollars is that we all come together some kind of way, you know, and show the numbers. So you need the numbers. So what better way is it to bring multiple talents together in one network, and then you have other networks doing the same thing? Because right now, as we speak, I'm also helping 2 other female businesses, well, one church and one inspirational programming to build a physical station in their building. Wow. Powered by the internet. Just like what I have right here, right now. This thing can do a whole lot of stuff. I got a closed studio. I don't invite people to come in and do shows. Now, I'm going to tell you, last night was amazing. And we're going to talk about you.
No, I'm not talking about you. I can interview you now, okay?
Well, we're gonna switch it around real quick. But I just want to let people. I'm just setting the stage on how you because we're going to listen to you right after the break. We're going to hear your strategic plan for I Am a Superwoman coming in, what we're doing, so people can understand what this Global Christian Radio Network is all about. Because a lot of people have never heard this story like this before.
Right.
The real story. Okay, because of course I've been on other people's shows, but they you want to get the time to talk for so many minutes before they want to cut in or whatever. But the thing that's happening with this Global Christian Radio Network and why Tina Hobson is so important to us is that when we get out there and start building these other networks. So right now it's just you right now, but one day you're gonna wake up and say, you know what? I want to start producing some other, because I know you come only 1-2 days a week, but you got all that free airtime just sitting there. You may decide that you want to start producing other programs yourself. Maybe some comedy, maybe have doctor experts or anything that can help empower our people who's walking in this Christian walk. And remember, all of us are sinners right now. And we just talked about earlier in the scripture that Jesus said he will return when everybody knows his name, and people are starting to know his name. I mean, just like right now, you watch some of these big powered news broadcasts, and they're talking about how a lot of Muslims and other religious people or religious groups are converting to Christianity because they heard something that was important. So they heard something was in their heart, told them what they was doing was wrong. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you're hearing it all. Even the people who do know Christianity, who haven't been born again, had that feeling, spirit, and telling them, you gotta listen to these people.
You know what,
somebody's
Jerry?
Gonna come to you.
Yeah, what I have seen to be so amazing and so heartfelt is when in Cleveland, and I'm sure it's all over the place, but we are going through a rash of drive-bys, murders. We've lately had a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 5-month-old killed due to drive-by murders in the last 30 days. This isn't the first time we've had children killed, but what I've seen with my own eyes and felt with my own heart is when these deaths are occurring, when these, what we call seemingly senseless deaths, and you said it, what has been happening is bringing people to God because they don't have anywhere else to go. At funerals, people are being saved. They're coming to God because they got to have something to hold on to or they would lose their minds. So, we say they're senseless, but no. Yeah.
Well, how about them? I had a guy on last week, and I didn't even know that they were doing this kind of stuff. Some of these preachers who were guys like Charles Clark that were drug dealers, that were sergeant in arms in these big gangs, they are the ones that are equipped, that can handle evangelism in the streets. Because they've been there. I know this guy, just like Charles. He was a drug dealer, a user, everything. He's going to the street with his team, and they're saving people right there because those people didn't know, they never knew God before. They knew something was out there, but nobody never talked to them or touched them or whatever. And so we're going to be seeing, because one, we read that, and I can't exactly find that scripture right now, but we have read that if you know of him, then you know of him. You know better. Just like some of these pastors, and you start going out there on YouTube and doing some research, you start finding out that a lot of these people are prophesizing Jesus' return, and some people have been visited by him and spoken. They heard his voice and been warned. you can't go on like you're going on because, when Judgment Day comes, some people going to be judged a little harder probably because you know better. It's just like, how people play around with the scripture thinking that they can keep doing what they're doing and God will continue to forgive them. I'm like, why take that chance? Because hell is hell, heaven is heaven. We know they exist, so why play around with your salvation like that, So now we're going to take a break. When we come back, we want to hear your strategic plan. But the bottom line, what I want people to know is, right now, our social media reach is 14 million people, 14 million users. It's over 900 million on Facebook, period. And just imagine how many of them are sinners who will receive these messages one way or another. They're going to find it. They're going to stumble across these people, and there's going to be other networks going to be forming. Because remember, everybody can't come up under this one. Eventually, 365 days, or how many hours in there is going to be occupied eventually. I only have but so much space for my server. But it's going to be other
well, you've got other platforms that are under you who can actually branch out. But that's what I'll talk about when we come back.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Just like I was just telling you, I'm building physical studios for these people where ministers can actually physically come in, sit down, and do a show. Bible studies, devotions, you name it. All this is what's going to be happening. And before you know, it's going to be more and more of these studios coming up, which means that we be outnumbering the normal free air broadcast, which is not giving us nothing. They just charging people a bunch of money, and you don't get for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
how many people out here paying $2,000 to air on some of these Christian stations, and it don't reach no further than their city. But this thing is international, it's global, right?
You read my mind.
Yeah. So we're gonna. So when we come back, and I just wanted to give you a little food for thought. So when we come back, we're gonna hear Tina Hobson's strategic plan with her company for 2016. I can't wait to hear it. All right, y'all. All right. Well, here's a good song. I think this song is worthy. Oh, man, in fact, I wanted to play Jesus is Coming. Let's see, where is that at? Yeah, here we go. This is my girl Angel Sessions right here. Jesus is coming soon. I think this is appropriate for this broadcast, and that's why we're here. All right, doing our thing, 24/7. All right, everybody, stay tuned. Lock it down. You listen to Positive Power 21.org with Jerry Royce Live, and I am Superwoman 2. Tina Hobson, she's holding it down. She's keeping it alive, and we will be right back after we hear Angel Sessions. Jesus is coming soon.
He's coming. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right, don't turn aside. Jesus is Christ, Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor
Hi, this is Angel Sessions, and when I'm in town, I listen to Jerry Royce Live, PositivePower21.org, where they play my favorite music.
A poetry book written by Philip Berry, testimony of one's true greatness. Without the touching and compelling healing story, one wouldn't be able to tell the grace and the goodness of God's ultimate and testimonial glory. These stories and the uplifting messages behind the concept and the meaning of this book is mostly about overcoming tough challenges, obstacles, and giving God all the well-deserved glory and the highest praise. This book is available on Amazon.com in digital and hard copy, and you can find it at Infinity Publishing at buybooksontheweb.com. Testimonial of One's True Greatness by poet Philip Berry.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, everybody, we're back, and thank you for hanging in there. Don't forget about Philip Berry and the poet, Testimony of God, True Greatness, excellent poetry book. You can find it on Amazon.com. They ran out of hardback edition, but you can download that baby on your Kindle or your smartphone. That's right, your smartphone. And also, don't forget, everybody, about all the podcasts that's right here on Spreaker Radio. You can go to Spreaker Radio and listen to us. Download that app, the one with the gold star. Or you can come out to PositivePower21.org, which you all are doing, and we really appreciate it. Get a chance to see all of our podcasts. Their channels are sitting right out there. You can hit their channels up and listen. If you want to go marathon, I hear a lot of you guys be going marathon sometime, and that is awesome. Go marathon. That's like, I remember MTV. We used to sit there and watch what's that crazy show? Real World. Me and my wife used to sit and look at Real World for hours after we look at church service on Sunday when we first got married. We said that was one of our favorite things to do, is lay around in bed and watch Real World. That was the first reality show, pretty much. All right. Nice. Don't forget, the first one. All right, everybody, don't forget, Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. All right, so stay in your Bibles. It's so important this day and time. We're hearing about all this craziness going on. It's like it's being elevated, between the cops shooting down the brothers. And, of course, we only hear when they be gunning down the other persuasions, because that's happening too. It's just that we make better news when it happen to us. But it's a lot going on. Women getting shot too, and a whole bunch of stuff going on crazy out here. If they broadcast everything, you'd be afraid to leave the house, and then you won't spend no money, and then the government going to be shutting down. Because that's how they make their money at the malls. All right. Maybe home shopping on Amazon. Amazon be making all the money. I don't want that to happen.
Oh, wait.
All right, Tina Hobson, three-time international best-selling author. Woo! Man, that is something. That's deep. All right, Tina, we ready to hear your strategic plan for 2016? That is something that's pretty popular that the government is using. They want to know, departmentally, in each component, what are your plans for the next 5 years? Or in our case, we're going to just talk about 2016 because we're doing podcasts and internet changes all the time with social media. So tell us, what's up? What's going on with your company?
Wow, Jerry, 2015 has been amazing. It's been totally, totally amazing. 2 books published, radio expansion from 1 show to 2 shows now, building family relationships, working with people in the community, actually physically with my own 2 feet hitting the streets, talking to these young men about, the violence that's going on in the cities. Because, I believe that they've been talked about, they've been talked at, but I want to talk to them. I want to feel their hearts. So I've been in my own neighborhood, been going around, spreading the word. Here is somebody who's willing to listen. I'm willing to listen. Let's talk now. And I've been getting some real positive feedback from that. And what 2016 is just going to be, I'm moving up the ladder. I'm moving, from one step to the next. And whether large or small, it's all going to be relevant. It's all going to be for God's glory, and it's all going to be to build his kingdom and to try my best to preserve our communities, our children, our families, our loved ones, our churches, just by spreading the word that there is hope. You know, we hear all the time about the negative things that's going on. There's a lot of positive things going on, and I want to be a part of that positive influence. As far as my radio show is concerned, I Am a Superwoman Radio. God gave me that voice. He gave me a platform to use to reach the masses, and I want to use it to the full extent that it was given to me. You know, I don't have a little God that only talks to me on Friday and Sunday. He talks to me every day, all day, even in my sleep. You know, I wake up, I'm like, okay, God, let me try to remember what we just talked about, because I know it's important, you know. And I wake up with a song in my heart, you know, and it's beautiful. So I want to show how expansive he is, how huge he is by spreading the word through radio worldwide, not just local. You know, we have a lot of local stations, and you alluded to that. And those stationary, I don't even know what you would call them, terrestrial stations or whatever, they only can reach so far. They can only reach so far. And the ironic part about it, I've been given some well, you know, I'm going to come back at them. Oh, Blog Talk Radio. I said, I bet you I can reach more listeners than you can. You know, so you can turn your nose up at Blog Talk, Spreaker, Vibes Live, all these internet radio stations if you want to. But we're reaching more people than you can ever think about reaching, all over the world, not just in our own little communities. And I want to continue doing that, using what God has given me to reach the masses. You know, part of my plan is to, like I said, to expand from just 2 shows a week. And that will be by, you know, bringing more shows on. Maybe not just me, you know, because I just got so much air in my lungs. So I can expand by bringing other programs in, you know, sports, you know, other religious programs. As long as it's clean, we got to keep it clean. Those are my values. Those are my core values, because I even have requests for people to come on my show now. And sometimes I have to say no, because what you're doing, what you're portraying does not match the values of I Am a Superwoman Radio. And I can't compromise that. I'm unapologetically Christian, and I'm going to keep it clean. It's not a Christian show, but I am a Christian broadcaster, and everybody needs to know that. You know, I've got to stick by my values. I've got to, because at the end of the day, at the end of the show, people are looking at me. They're not looking at my guests. They're looking at me. So I have to be a role model, and I want to be an even more productive role model to men, women, boys, girls, children all over the world. You know, I had one show, and the title was, "And What Is Your Excuse?" I had my 8-year-old niece, who is an entrepreneur, just like her auntie. She makes duct tape products, wallets, all types of things out of duct tape. And I take her to shows with me, and she outsells me, for real. And, okay, duct tape, wallets, laptop cases, purses, handbags, everything that you can make, she can make it out of duct tape, believe me, and she does one bang-up job. Okay? All right, she shines. Plus, she's an athlete and all of that.
I'm trying to make a cell phone cradle for my truck out of duct tape. The one I got keeps falling apart, and I've been duct taping it, so it's almost 80% duct tape.
Okay. Well, she can tell you how to do it right and make it look good, because you know duct tape now comes in all types of patterns and colors and designs and everything, and she takes full advantage of that. And on that same show was an 84-year-old author, Mrs. Davis out of Michigan. And so I'm looking, so the point was, if an 8-year-old can be an entrepreneur, if an 84-year-old can be an author for the very first time, what is your excuse? Okay, what? You don't have one. You don't have one. Okay? And so in saying that, I would like to maybe, ooh, God, thank you. I'm writing this down right now. A children's show.
Mm-hmm.
That would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
See, guys,
give them their platform. And like an internship. Yeah, a little intern. Look, make them audition. Have some auditions at the church or something.
Right.
Podcaster.
We're always talking about, the children, the young people are always.
Idea, Tina.
Okay, God just dropped that in my spirit right that second. I'm like, whoa, okay.
I love that. I'm like, you know what? I'm supposed to be relocating back over to where I was before with the government, right? And right across the street from me was a high school that I was mentoring with, but that principal is no longer there. He gave me full reign of that place. Any ideas I had, he was good to go. I was always over there bringing other employees, doing speaking engagements with, with the athletes. So I haven't been there in quite a few months since they got a new principal. Well, actually a year since they got a new principal. He hasn't really reached out to us much. When we have, he hasn't fired back. But I'm going to reach out to the performance art department, the communication department, find out, can I hold audition for a podcast? That's a good idea.
There we go. See, teamwork makes the dream work. God, he literally just dropped that in my spirit. And
wow, talent
right
search.
here,
It'd be a talent search. Yeah,
there we go.
Search.
There we go.
I use my church up the street. The whole auditions.
Oh, and your children, they've been watching you. I know they have. They are talented. They can assist you, because young people like to see other young people do stuff. They might look at us as old fogies, but you've got two absolutely awesome children who are, in my sight, positive role models for any adult.
Three. I got three.
I got three. Oh,
three of them.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
and
Brandon, Jordan, and Skylar. You
and
don't see much of Skylar except for when I'm buying her something.
Okay. She got that new phone. And then she went to homecoming and talk about classy. We see all of these. I've seen all of these homecoming pictures. Some of them look like something right out of the club. I looked at your daughter, and she was the epitome of class, of grace, and of womanhood.
She ordered it herself. Yeah.
Okay.
Ordered it herself. Yep. She had the pages up, told me just pay for it, and we didn't question her. Just order it. Came in.
Wow.
Bam.
Nothing too short, nothing too low. She didn't. You don't have to show everything to be, to get attention. She is beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we
I looked at that picture and I just smiled.
Yeah, we so proud. We saw her dance tonight too. They actually had an open house at her high school for kids looking to get in this magnet program. So you have to audition to get into this performance school. There's only like 20 slots for every department, which is crazy.
Ooh.
I think 27 for the dance program though, but 20 for everything else. So Jordan actually was looking at stage production, and they only have 20 slots, and it's broken down. I think in the 4 areas, you learn how you learn like your costume designing, set designing, lighting, sound. And he wanted to learn lighting and sound, and the guy said, I think it's only 20 slots. I said, wow.
Wow, that competition, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. But I see the Royce family being right there in there. They're in there. They in there because they watched their dad. So they know what they're doing. So I'm so proud of your children. They are beautiful, beautiful young people. Yes.
Thank you so much.
And so get them involved. We're getting ready to produce a children's show. Yeah, we are, Jerry. Okay.
Yeah,
so God said so.
Right,
so God said so.
The power. right.
That thought that was dropped into my spirit right here, y'all, on Jerry Royce Live, Positive 21, Positive Power 21.org. Okay, you heard it first here.
Idea.
Okay,
right. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna start. Matter of fact, I'm gonna initiate that because I'm going to be in a training class. But I know all the stuff already, so that gives me time to make some calls and some visits. Now, because I'm not on production or anything no more, I can really get some things. I don't have to work no cases. Put it that way.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. It's been an incredible journey because I had an opportunity to be in a leadership development program. The government has initiated all kinds of types of, out of President Obama's administration to really start looking at leadership and just think. So if they're going to try to make leaders out of the people that's already working for them, I think our job is to try to get them from the community. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're giving them, they can take that to the next level because you can't just walk into an agency and say, hey, I'm a leader. They're going to look at you and say, wow, you don't look like a leader to me. Well, prove to me you're a leader. Let me give you this job right here and see how you can lead this. And some people really don't have an idea how to be a leader. Now, I know Johns Hopkins University I know they used to have a leadership development program where you have to pay, kind of like it was like an empowerment entrepreneur women program, and they teach you how to become a business leader. All right, I'm back. You hear me, Tina?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Man, look, and then I just say I had the feeling this thing was going to drop today. I don't know why. I guess because it's been a while.
It was just time.
I think it's my kids are sucking down my bandwidth. That's probably what's happening. Plus, the numbers are coming up on this thing kind of funky. Like, I don't even recognize. They say plus 100. What happened to my phone number? So I don't know what's going on. Something funky happening today, but we're going to make it happen, though. We all right.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
So we back. So anyway, I love the idea. As private business owners, we have to give back to the community, and that is an excellent way to help bring up leaders and give them, because I know when Brandon when he interviewed for a job in telecommunications, they actually was asking for 9 years of experience. So,
whoa.
9 years of experience, and they were talking about they wanted to go young. So how you going to go young when you answer for that?
Come out the womb, okay?
Yeah. So lucky for him, he was already doing. Broadcasting, the video, he was on a video ministry, the audio tape ministry at his church for about a good 6 years. And then, between working his internships in college, gave him that time. But, the church gave him that experience that he needed. So that is very important, what you just said. So that was big, what just came to you. So I'm going to embrace that, believe me, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to do, to see what we can develop,
Yeah, because, it's harder and harder for our young people to get jobs out here. And I'm telling them, don't get no job, make a job. Employ yourself. When you get my age, you don't have to worry about, do I have enough money for retirement? Can I retire? Retire like me and still have to work part-time, Do your own thing. Start early. You will have built an empire by the time you're 25, 30 years old. Never have to worry about working for anybody else ever in your life. So that's what we need to bring up, young entrepreneurs like my niece, Katera. This girl, she has got it going on, Jerry. Let me tell you, she is a real go-getter.
Now, talking about your strategic plan, now I got something else to add, talking about her, your strategic plan, does that include, and I know earlier in our conversation you mentioned video production. Are you looking at embracing the new technology so people can see what you're doing? Can they see the superwoman in you and your guests, your local township? Because you're talking about bringing up leaders and podcasters.
Right.
Can we see this?
There's so many things out here now, and there's new stuff coming up every day. Now it's Periscope. I've got to embrace Periscope. We've got Google Hangouts. We've got YouTube. We've got so many different tools to use, and I want to use them all. Yes, I want to have my show visual. I am a Superwoman radio and TV. Why stop at radio? Why just hear my voice when you can see my face? Because I'm kind of cute for 62 years old, I think. You know.
I hear you.
Okay. And I got this S on my chest. Yeah, why not? It's there. It's there for the taking. And
you got everything too. You got the slim look, you got the wardrobe, you got the hair. You got to be on TV now. And Facebook,
I got to be on TV.
And let me tell you what's so incredible about Facebook, what people don't realize that is doing this telecommunication thing. And this is just me sitting there watching these young men. Because last night, Jordan and I had the privilege to watch the guys from WEAA radio at Morgan State University set up a live free air broadcast remote from their station. They was at a little bar and grill last night in Baltimore, and we got an opportunity to watch them set up the whole thing. They came into an empty room because we were there before them. We got a chance to see them set up their whole setup, the equipment, everything, the talent, everybody. And we actually filmed it. And Jordan had an opportunity to witness this because we thought we were going to go to their studio, but so happened they were doing their first live broadcast, kind of similar to what some of the NFL teams do with the NFL players. They get them in these restaurants, and have the fans come out and see them. And that's what this guy did. He invited all his family, his friends, supporters, his sponsors, and we were one of them. And that's Andre Milton. A shout out to his team, Flex Zone Sports Talk team, clean. They clean too, no cursing, nothing. And we got a chance to see this, and who knows how far they were going. But those guys actually was filming it for their YouTube channel also, which was really deep. So the young people embracing the technology, learning it. Like we had to learn it outside of school. They're learning it in school.
In school,
phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was like back in our day when they had Shop and Home Ec and things like that. And they stopped that. I don't even know if we had a technical school here in Cleveland, Max Hayes. I'm not even sure if that school is even open where these kids can come out of school learning a trade, knowing a trade, not just learning it, but already having that under their belt. So why not broadcasting? And that's another part of my goal. Another part of my goal, Jerry, is to go mobile. To set up. I need to, because there's too many things going on positive in the city of Cleveland and around the country. I don't want to just limit myself to Ohio. I want to be like Jerry Royce Live worldwide. I'm not going. I don't want to limit myself, but I need to. I need to start, and starting small. Don't dismiss small beginnings because you never know where they're going to take you. So to start my own, and I've already got a few pieces of equipment. I've got a gentleman here, a fellow broadcaster, Charles Yancey, who is working with me to learn the mixer and all of that stuff because I want to go live. There's book signings, and this weekend I hosted a prayer breakfast with a wonderful prayer warrior, Marcella Moore, out of New Jersey. That would have been wonderful to have been taped. There's different women's conference, empowerment conferences, mastermind groups and things that need to be taped, and that's another source of income also. You tape them and you sell the CDs and the DVDs. Right. So I need to just take this whole broadcasting, podcasting venture to just the 2016 level. Now, we talked also earlier about, for me, this is the time of year that I start planning vision board parties. And I feel the vision board parties, vision boards are very important because the Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. And so almost in each corner of my room, I've got a vision board. I can see what God has done for me, what he's doing for me. And along with my vision board, I have what I call a blessing jar. And it's just a big old mason jar with an old rusty top on it. But, Jerry, every time I recognize, and I don't always recognize, I got to keep it real, but every time I recognize a blessing that God has given me, I write it, I say, and I thank him, and I tell him I love him. I fold it up on a piece of paper and put it in that jar. And at the end of the year, when I do my vision board, in my vision board parties, I open that jar and I just lose my mind, just to see, physically see what he is, all the things that he has done for me through the year. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's what 2016 is going to look like for me, doing bigger and better things in the broadcast arena. Also with my authorship, I believe I heard him right that he wants me to start writing poetry. So I'm going to venture off into that. And so I'm seeing a lot of positive things. And with a network like positivepower21.org, I mean, the possibilities are limitless. There are no limits. We have such a network of talent that we can just, oh my God, what the Bible said, I can't even think or imagine where he's going to take us. I can't even do it because my finite mind is not that deep.
It's just going to be remarkable. All I can tell people to do is put on their seatbelt. And I mean, because podcasting, even though podcasting, you think about the history of Alan Levy started Blog Talk Radio not so long ago. You know, when it came to him because his dad couldn't speak. He was in the hospital and he can just move his hands, and that's when he came up with blogging. And next thing you know, everybody was able to communicate with him and his dad from his room because he came up with this idea of audio blogging, so people can, he could talk to people through the internet and they know how his dad is doing, and that was phenomenal. And just look at what's going on now. You got TuneIn, Spreaker Radio, and it's a few more out there that we've been researching. And then look at the big giant out there, Apple, that can help deliver your quality podcast. Of course, you got to have a quality podcast because they will review you and check you out. But, if you're not a giant yet, you can hook up with giants out there like Jam Vibe Radio, who's doing very well under Live 365, and you can find them under a live stream on iTunes, and they all make that happen. So if anybody dreaming of owning a radio station, you do have quite a few platforms out there that will make it happen. You can be a music-driven station, talk show-driven, sports, whatever you want. And you go out there to places like Stitcher. You got a lot of political podcasts. People talking about just, empowerment. There's so much out there. But, you don't see a lot of our people doing it as much. Because I don't know, is it a fear factor? Is it they don't have the time? They don't think they can do it. It's not for everybody, which is true, because I think what's going to happen, everybody look at it as a toy, but I think the game and the audience are going to show who the leaders are. So that you're going to see some separation in power when you say, okay, who are people, like you said earlier, who's playing radio, who's being radio? Just like when I was approached by the government, they told me they wanted a podcast. They wanted to use it as a training mechanism for their manager. And my thing is, okay, before I start investing my heart into this, I want to know, do you want to play radio or you want to be radio? And then I found out they really wanted to just play radio. But it was okay because it led me down the road to say, okay, if I had the confidence or the respect level of the United States federal government asking me to put something together, then it's going to be easy for me to approach my own fellow people on a private level, churches, a group of young men who's just interested in doing a sports talk radio on their own. Now, just imagine, we talked about Kathy Hughes, her dream. She was on welfare, and it cost her millions and millions of dollars to be where she's at today. But just imagine this. You have a small space, maybe a little small rental space, maybe some office space, maybe a church had a space available for you, and all you need is 2-3 laptops, maybe a desktop, internet service coming in there, a mixer, and you're in business. Because everything else is web-based. Everything is driven by the web. you're in busy. So just take a little bit of engineering. I mean, it's going to be some frustrations that's going to be involved in it because it does take a little bit of engineering to do some of this. But like you got Yancy going to help you. And because I was just talking to Benita, and she said she was going to try to find an engineer intern and help her put hers together. And I'm going to be helping the Bellows out with theirs. So eventually you're going to have a lot of these small stations, and they're going to be all income driven because you look on every corner, and what do you see? Funeral homes, churches, whatever, looking for a place to air. And you don't really have to charge them a lot of money because we could be just like the Asians. You just work in volumes, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to charge people thousands of dollars for airtime for 30 minutes. You know, that's ridiculous.
No.
And the thing about this, though, Tina, a lot of our businesses can dial right into the network. They only have to come into your studio to do business. You know, you're doing it right now. And this sounds better. I was listening to a sports talk radio today in my Jeep on XM satellite radio, and it was an athlete that was calling into the sports show. I could hardly understand him. His cell phone sounded so bad because see, a lot of those radio stations are still using old technology with the free air systems. You know, they're not running a complete
towers and
system.
things like that. Okay.
Yeah, they're not right. They just not, for some reason, when people call in with a cell phone and they trying to connect it through their systems, it doesn't sound as good as this. Like right now, we're broadcasting in high definition, and we're using one of those teleconference systems where there's a lot of the companies out. A lot of them charge a lot of money for this platform. And I researched this company, and I actually called them and say, "How do you guys afford to offer this for free?" Oh, they say, because we make millions of dollars selling this to businesses, so we giving back to you guys. I was like, really?
Wow.
So one day I'm going to be all happy and love the way things going. Y'all just go say, I owe y'all $1,000 a month. She said, no, it ain't going to never happen. That's what she told me. I said, you sure?
That's not even that's not even you. No. That's
They said we were good to go.
Okay.
They said, fine, though. They said this is what they do. So this is basically one of the ways that you can broadcast a clean sounding, high definition audio. Spreaker has the same ability also, except for with them you have to physically be in the studio with the mixer with the mics. But there's some other ways you can do it, like take call-ins and stuff too. But you got to use like cell phones and tablets, so you do have to do a little bit of engineering, just a little bit. But
you know what? Like I said, don't discount small beginnings because I'm still a totally small one-woman operation. But like you said, I know that it's going to expand to, you know, where I'm bringing in other shows, even maybe bringing in, you know, employing people or training people, you know, getting paid to train people to do what I do. Because I got, like I said, I got to be honest. I played with it in the beginning, but when God told me I better take this serious, immediately I took it seriously. You know, but it had to be in me in the first place, for real, to follow through with that and to be in tune with the word and the voice of God to be able to follow through. Because like you said, it's not for everybody. And I wouldn't have ever thought it was for me. But what God has for me, hey, it is for me. And he's not done. He's not done at all. No.
He's not done. He's just getting started with you. Right. I mean, and your dream, your strategic plan, I mean, especially embracing the young people, the community. And just think about this too, team. Nobody really really know about you yet. Just imagine when you do put things in place and you say, look, and I always tell people, and you hear this sometimes from other successful entrepreneurs, they say, well, don't try to conquer the world until you can dominate your neighborhood or your community. You know, you got these car dealerships, you got funeral homes and pizza parlors and community events coming up. Who they advertise, they want to know who should they, you know, they're getting tired of just going to that one studio, that one radio place, and they say, how much for a 30-second ad? And they say, $1,500, and it's only on one time a day. Right. Oh man, you know, and they say, well, our audience reaches so and so. Yeah, but everybody's at work right now, and they don't listen to radio no more, but in their cars. And now we're hearing that these new cars are coming out with built-in Wi-Fi, so that means that you can pipe your smartphones through your stereo system and listen to anything you want to listen to, like PositivePower21.org and I Am Superwoman Tina Hobson, right? It's like that. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yes,
incredible?
sir.
Ooh, I had a rental car. I fell in love with just that little toy. Just that one toy almost made me decide, I got to have this car. And it was
that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They put that one little, really extra little special thing in there, and like you will buy a whole car just for that one little accessory.
Yep. But I know that thing probably be expensive for me to put it in my Jeep though, because I loved it. Because it was funny because when we got in the car, I had already programmed it when I was at the rental car place. When I got home and picked my kids up, they really liked that little car. It was a little Hyundai GT. And we were going to take it up to New York to go to the Harlem Book Festival and visit my grandmother. And it was funny because when we got in the car and the thing grabbed my signal, and my daughter said, look, Daddy, you on the radio. And it showed Jerry Royce Live Worldwide scrolling the car and what show that we were listening to. It was crazy like that. I was like, wow, look at that.
That's amazing.
I know.
That is awesome.
Isn't that amazing? So that's that little smartphone. People don't understand what they have in their hands with their smartphone. That technology is like nothing. Some people don't even know what it really do. I was actually thinking about holding classes at this one church that I'm actually, we have made our saving station online. We do our filming and podcasts. I was going to, because it's starting to fill up. Believe it or not, it's unbelievable what this town is starting. People are tuning in. They know we're based here because we got 2 locations, one in Eastern Shore, one over here in Baltimore. It's like they're only like an hour and a half apart. But I have a lot of family on the Eastern Shore, and they're finding me on Facebook. And my dad said, we're going to have to make an appearance at one of our family members' church real soon, do a live podcast and meet all the family. I said, we're going to do that. Right soon as football season is over for you football. But meanwhile, I'm available here, though, because, I go to the Bellows Church and do things, but because they kind of a little about closer to D.C. than I am, I found a spot here. One of my coworkers was always talking about how fantastic her pastor was. And this woman actually writes stage plays and everything. And so we came out to do a live podcast, and I was like, wow, she is so real. So we've been filming her, I guess we're going on our 4th week of filming her Bible studies on Wednesday. Tonight they had something special for the kids and a little party. And then on Sunday they have different stuff. But lately people have been staying up testifying that they've been finding her on Facebook and they've been watching her and they like what they see. They're coming in. So I was like, wow. And that's what the Spirit told me to do, and I think it's going to be more of us doing that same thing. I can see that happen. And even the churches learn how to do that for themselves because they have the technology. They have young people there waiting for something special to do for the Lord, Personal, like you said. Personal.
Yeah, it keeps them grounded. It keeps them in the Word. Keeps them, there might not be any social activities in the community because there are neighborhoods, that they're financially strapped.
Yeah.
And so they've cut programs. There's no, the pools are shutting down in the summers. There's no recreational programs. What better place than to train a child is, to do things that they can have fun with and learn and potentially make a living out of right there in the church.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up too. I was just talking to a pastor, and he was telling me that he has a lady in his church who specializes in script writing and plays, stage plays. And she's just sitting idle, just coming to church every. He thinks she would love that idea if they decide to put a performance arts program. Because I said, look, you know what? We was blaming our city of Baltimore, when the kids went crazy and well they didn't go crazy, but they wanted to bring some attention to their voice. And they started burning the city down. Well, at least it was 2-3 blocks that was being burned. And basically, people were listening. The world was listening. And it's saying to us, okay, why are we telling the city government that they're responsible for providing our kids with activities when we have the same power and even more power right inside our Christian churches?
Yes,
Just think. All that talent sitting there in those pews every Sunday or Wednesday night if they do show up for Bible study. And you're talking about people who can do some type of job training, teach. It don't even have to be materialistic. It could you just stand up teaching kids how to speak in front of a group. Toastmasters. You part of Toastmasters.
Yes.
Why they don't have a
Yes.
Toastmaster? Toastmaster takes up a lot of your time.
It can.
You.
It can, but it's positive stuff.
Yeah,
and you're learning how to present yourself. You're learning how to speak properly, and that was the reason I joined Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters after I Am a Superwoman Radio was created, because I knew that being behind the mic or in front of the mic or wherever, even in my writings, I needed to know how to speak like I knew what I was saying, without a lot of unnecessary words and without stuttering, second-guessing myself and things like that. I've even been in a speech contest in our district. I didn't win, but I learned so much. Much. And that's what Toastmasters is all about. It's where leaders are made, for real.
That's right. And we need them in our schools because, you made a good point because I had an opportunity. I didn't join Toastmasters at the job because I was moving around to different buildings and not all of them had it. But they were entertaining the idea of introducing it to their school. But like I said, their principal had left, so a lot of stuff was left on the table. But Pastor Rhonda Bellows, she holds a pretty high rank at a Toastmaster group in D.C. and Maryland. And she invited me to come out as a special guest for their farewell dinner. And it was some phenomenal speakers. You look at these people, they look like regular, ordinary, plain people, nothing fancy about them.
No.
A lot of them were from all over the planet. I mean, they was from Asia and UK, Europe, you name it, Africa, and they were all U.S. citizens in this room. And this young kid, this little Japanese kid, I say he might have been 14. It looked like he was doing something crazy at his table. I was like, oh, man, little kid, poor kid got ADHD or something, right? Boy got up there to speak. I was in awe. You would have thought that was President Obama speaking. He had the humor. He had everything. I said, oh, man, he will kill me in Toast. Because I've won several contests in Toastmasters. Because, they invite the guests and you have an opportunity to compete against their members. And I have, ran circles around a lot of them because, I can think on my feet really fast. And I always thought I was a great storyteller and, whipping people up. But this kid was by it. I said, oh, my God. And there was this little woman from the Philippines, I think she actually stumbled to the country accidentally. Woo, she didn't even speak English at one time. And boy, she talking about being humble. Wow. She was a school teacher, too. And school teachers. And she was this lady. She was in her 60s. That lady was bad. I actually interviewed. I got to remember to put those things up on. I got to find those tapes. Man, I had gotten it was some really good interviews, too. But they had outdid me so bad in the interview. I said, I can't air this. Maybe that's what I told myself. I did not air it. I was too intimidated. And then, they had me coming out last.
Oh, you intimidated? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I want to hear this.
but this was like the earliest stages of Jerry Royce. They invited me. They had me come out last and waving at the people here, podcaster. You're the podcaster. They make it a big deal, taking pictures and stuff. I just come here just for dinner and listen to some speeches. So I was kind of thrown off guard. So I took my tablet with me just in case. Those people were better than good. They were real good to me.
That's exciting.
It was like a room full of President Obamas. A room full
goodness.
of them. And some of them weren't very handsome-looking people neither. But they could speak. They could talk.
That's what it's all about.
Woo! They run circles around Jerry was live. I was like, whoa. Is that the right verb? Am I about to use the right pronoun? Woo,
right.
Said,
but that's a wonderful thing in your humility to be able to acknowledge that we can always learn something from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a way of making us humble. When we think we got it going on, he'll show us somebody who's got it going on more than we do. But it's okay because when you can say that I can learn something from that person, whether it's a man, woman, boy, or girl, that keeps your keeps your spirit open to remain teachable and to learn even more. So that's a beautiful thing. That's
they were the best. I think it was a room full of the best around the state. Because some of them were like governors. They call themselves governors and
area governors. Yeah,
they were like the best of the best. So it's like, whoa, they were really
That's
good.
awesome.
So that was a good experience to be. I'm glad it was actually on one of their more elite Army bases, I think Navy bases, and it was in a governor ballroom, but it was a place where African Americans once couldn't step foot unless we were serving. This place had history right on the Hudson. It was on the Hudson River, and we know the history of the Hudson River. Everybody remember their airline pilot saved those people. Remember that plane crash?
Yeah.
Saved those people. Yeah, that same.
Flying on water.
Yeah. Right there. Right there. Matter of fact, you walk out the steps and that river was like 10 yards from the steps. Right there.
Wow.
So it was it was very eerie feeling at the same time, knowing that, who knows who built that fort. It's like, I think it was a fort, considered to be a fort. It was awesome. And I mean, all kinds of security. I mean, I think there was 2 checkpoints, check your vehicle. I don't think my Jeep ever been raped like that before. I had to pull all the doors up. I was like, "Whoa, I didn't know that opens up." Engine, they had to check your engine, everything. Ooh. I work for a government agency. They don't do that much checking under the hood, and I know they do put the little mirror under the truck looking for devices, but they had me open up everything, man. So luckily I didn't have
trunk, everything. Huh? Wow.
Yeah, everything that can open had hinges. It was open. So that was done twice. I think that was done twice. Yeah. So that was cool. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we appreciate you sharing, your testimony, your future, where you're going with your radio station, and being so humble, and like Kimmy Kim always say, you got to be humble because it's all about the Lord. It's not us. He's the boss. He's calling us out, right?
Amen.
All right, Tim, you're in for a treat. I'm going to play this song. This is the song that had me on my knees. This was the song that pretty much told me it was time for me to make that switch and, getting out of secular, internet radio and entertaining all types of genre and had my party line. I used to have a party line on Friday nights of entertaining erotica authors. We used to have a good old time on here.
I didn't know that, Jerry. Jerry, God brought me in on this, Jerry, and I'm blessed.
That's right.
Okay.
That's how powerful he is. I had this shiny new toy, and I know a lot of you seen my studio before. When we do our broadcasts, and this was a dream come true to have this studio. I visioned this look like this, fancy. Still got to give me a nicer headphone though, and I still got my eye on this $300 mic. I got everything I want.
It can get expensive. Yeah,
it can. But when you want quality, and this is your life, this is what I want. This is what I asked for, and I've been blessed. So of course, when you ask me for those kind of things, you got to do something for him. And this was the song that did it right here. This is called "I Want to Be Yours" by Kimberly Kimberly. All right, everybody, here we go. All right.
I love
listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
All right, thank you, family, for bringing me in. That's right, you're listening to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on PositivePower21.org. Philippians 4:4 say, always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Let everyone see that you are unselfish and considerate in all you do. Remember that the Lord is coming soon. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God your needs and don't forget to thank Him for His answer. If you do this, you experience God's peace, which is far more wonderful than the human mind can understand His peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to the Superwoman. That's right, Tina Hobson. We heard her plan for 2016, and we're so happy to have her on board this network. You know, it's funny, Tina, I listened to that song. I'll tell you what went on that song, and I said, wow, you know, of course it's thinking selfishly, but if I ever had an opportunity to give a real big revival and already picked out my location, I would love to have Kimberly singing that song, and then Ray Lewis come up on the stage and do his dance. You know, squirrel dance, and everybody just go crazy. I said, man, that'd be powerful. Because you know he's in this area right now, and he's marketing a book. I'm not sure what it is. I know my mom been following. She said, we got to get Ray Lewis on your show. I said, Mom, Ray kind of busy right now. I don't know if you got time. Wait till the sales drop off a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Well, we pray that don't happen. We want to do all the best for him.
That's right. But, you know, eventually everybody will have a book in their hand, and he may want to reach out to the other parts of the globe, so then he'll reach out to PositivePower21.org. We help him out, get it out to the military people, which he's good for anyway, because he has a strong relationship with the military. All right, Tina.
All right.
Now, you told us a lot was going on. And I was talking to Charles Clark, you know, your last big guest you had, and
I had to replay that 2 weeks in a row because that was one powerful show.
I heard it Saturday. I was cleaning out my wife got a house up in Bowie, Maryland. We cleaning that house out and selling stuff, and I was listening. I had to take a break because my back been killing me for 4 weeks. She's been working me to death all summer, and I was sitting in the Jeep just trying to escape her and take a little break. So she would hunt me down. And I was listening to your broadcast, and that woman, she is the bravest soul on earth. When I heard that story. Her husband, that had to been the demon.
And you know what? That's so ironic. I just pulled her picture up on Facebook. She just came across my news feed. Oh my God, that's Sonia Garth. Yeah.
You had to be a superhero just to host the show. Like, I don't know if I can handle that. I'm gonna be straight up, Tina. That was. I mean, I've had some shows on here that was some tear jerkers. I remember I had this young lady. She was like you. She was a social worker helping people, working on her mess. She just got accepted in a master's program, and she was going out to celebrate with her friends that evening. She stepped off the curb and got hit by a car. I think it broke like every bone in her body. Girl, I couldn't even finish the show. So sometimes you get them, and especially those domestic violence shows. I had some shows where those girls they were storytellers anyway because they were authors. So just imagine how they told their story. These girls were like top 10, top 20 on Amazon. So and those were make-believe stories. When they told us their real story, it wasn't a dry eye in this place.
You know, Jerry, I had to pray real hard before airing that show. I had mixed emotions. You know, I didn't want it to come across as I was, sensationalizing their stories. I didn't want to say anything that was going to cause any more pain. I didn't want anybody to misinterpret anything. But when God said do it, I had to do it. And the ironic part about that is both of these families, Charles Wakefield, had just lost his 5-month-old baby to a drive-by, the 1st of October. And Sonia, it'll be exactly a year on the 30th of this month that her husband killed her daughter, senselessly, trying to kill her, shot her 4 times, but killed her daughter. But it was ironic that Charles Clark actually had a relationship with Charles Wakefield, the father of the 5-month-old, who got me in touch with him. Okay, I already knew Sonia. I had met her before. We had many of conversations. She had been a guest on another show of mine, another episode. But to have to go from Maryland, Baltimore, back to Cleveland to get a guest on my show, I'm like, God, you just be orchestrating some stuff, because I had met Mr. Wakefield. I had actually went to the viewing of little Aviel's funeral, and when I met him, all I could do was look at this big burly, this big man, and he looked so broken. And I'm like, sweetheart, the grandmother and the great-grandmother came out at me instantly. I said, baby, I can't say anything to you. There are no words. There are none. Can I just hug you? Can I just hug you? And we gave each other the biggest hug that you could imagine. I felt him, and I believe he felt me too. He felt me, and I believe that's what spiritually and divinely brought us back together, and he agreed to be a guest on my show. And with Sonia, we don't say no to each other. We just don't. And this past weekend, I was talking about the prayer breakfast that I hosted, and both of them were invited. Charles, in the midst of it all, he said, Tina, Miss Tina, I'm sorry. Very respectful young man. Miss Tina, I'm sorry I can't make it. I've got to take my mom to a doctor's appointment. No problem. But Sonia, she came. And talk about a breakthrough. This lady was prayed on, prayed over, covered, laid hands on, and her testimony, she gave it again, and she said, told the guests at this prayer breakfast that was the very first time that she had cried since her daughter had passed away.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
So, and that story, the way she told that story, she had to be brave to tell that story the way she told it, man. I mean, that book, nobody couldn't have wrote a script like that. I don't know if I could have watched that as a movie. That was just, I said, wow, this was a cruel producer. The director, how cruel can you get? It had to be that devastating, that graphic, but it really happened. Real life.
She's got a goal. Talk about a strategic goal. She's doing everything in her power to honor her child. She started a jewelry line. She's making T-shirts. She's hosting at her personal home a prayer vigil for her daughter this coming Friday night at her home, and she's making sure that her daughter's life was not in vain. She's using that tragedy to empower other people. She's there. We talked about the 5-month-old, the 3-year-old, and the 5-year-old. Then there was a 10-year-old who was shot. His father was killed, and he was shot in the same car at the same time. She makes sure that she reaches out to those parents to support them. And, as much devastation that's going on in this city, there's a lot. Like I said, it's bringing God. You can't deny him now. You can't deny him because everybody's calling on God right now. Everybody. Even the ones who are committing the crimes, they're asking God not to get caught, but they're acknowledging God, okay, for whatever reason.
That's right. And it's going to take a lot of street evangelists. I know I learned for the first time that my sister is actually Sophia, my manager here, my CEO. She's actually doing street evangelist work with her pastor, Pastor Terry, who I had on the show about 2 weeks ago. He was on here talking about how, he was a drug dealer and an addict, and he smoked weed like 5 times a day, and he had talked about how Christ had visited him, visit him in human form. And you're starting to hear a lot of these stories. A lot of them are being captured on YouTube because, just think, the good thing about the internet is FCC not controlling us, so we air what we want. And people are telling, and they're doing expert filming. The way they're filming and editing the work, it's like, wow. Because a lot of times the networks are not going to accept everything. They nobody's going to believe this story. We're not going to air this. And of course, a lot of times these journalists are trying to get these shows aired and they don't get picked up, so they just hand them off to the internet. And next thing you say, wow, what was this on TV? And so just think, everybody, TV is not the it no more, because you got Roku. Now you got these devices like Chromecast that could bring your YouTube channel right to your TV as long as you got a HDMI connection. Bam, you connect it on your TV in high definition. We sit there and look at, my wife and I, we look at covers, music covers of these young people singing these superstar songs better than them for about 3-4 hours. That's like our concert. We have to go out. And so you want to see some great docu-films, they call them, or documentaries.
Right.
You look up this one about this guy, they call him Batman, Dr. Mengeling. He does a piece on water. They had a big water conference. How water, he believes that, scientists believe now, if you drink the right amount of water and take in the right amount of salt, you can actually live to be 150 years old.
Wow.
That's what they said. They believe that. So it's like all of our illnesses, because being ill is not of God. So that means that your diet, and his group believes that when you're ill, it's just the body communicating to you that it didn't take in enough water, and you probably took it to the extreme too long. Because he said the brain is 85% water, and the rest of your cells are 75%. It's like an ocean inside of you, and there's one outside of you. So you have to have that balance, which we don't have on the inside of us. So that means that your body is giving off like a quart of water just through its cells, through just perspirating, and that's not even sweating. And your brain gets rid of a quart of water on its own just for the work that it's doing, because it washes itself while you sleep. And then he was talking about urinating, and that's another quart of water. So you're losing more water than you're consuming, then your body probably is going through some kind of crazy shenanigans. It's probably going out of whack. So,
Absolutely.
Skin, how your skin look, and
the elasticity in your skin. If you can pull your skin and it don't pop right back, you're not drinking enough water.
Not enough water. How about the kids that you look at? I was looking at these kids that were dancing with my daughter, and I was like, wow, these girls are only in the 10th grade. They look like they are look like they're out of college and grad school, some of them. They do not look like 10th graders. None of them.
Okay.
So, does that mean they're not consuming enough? Because, soda pop and stuff is so popular with kids these days. I know some people drink 1 bottle, maybe 2 bottles of water. My daughter, she sucks down some water these days. I can't even keep enough water in here. I would keep trying to remind her that the water coming out the refrigerator with the filters, the same stuff I'm buying. I'm not always buying spring water.
Turn that tap on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell. Look, you got filtered water. I got a good filter on there. Get that water out of there, girl. So she can turn up some bottled water. I got to buy like 2-3 cases a week.
Oh.
But I'm glad she's drinking. That's the main thing, because she doesn't get ill, and that's the good thing. So
I'm guilty. I know I need to drink more. I just do. I don't drink soda pop, but I'll drink my cappuccino though.
Yeah, me too. I do like my 2-3 cups of coffee. Now, do you listen to Michelle Edmonds' show, the Detox Tuesdays?
I haven't. No.
Oh, Tina, you gotta listen to her show. We actually sent them to our group link in the instant messenger too, and I know you're a member of that because you communicate with us.
Oh yes.
You gotta check
and
that out.
She's Elation Magazine.
Yeah, she's on the Relations magazine, but she's actually about to come, and that's the great thing about this. She's about to form her own network pretty soon. 'Cause she already has a huge network anyway, just with her Serenity, her Life of Serenity. That is actually a group anyway of people who specialize in nutrition and detoxification, all this crazy stuff. But she's going to be putting it. I think she's working on it now because she's a perfectionist. Because she's actually working on her doctorate and everything. You could tell the way her presentations are so perfect every time, so perfect. So we're waiting. I think that's supposed to happen in December. So we're so excited to see because that's going to be great for Kimmy because that'd be the first time that somebody branches off from Relations Magazine on their own. You know, I already got my notches in my belt. So, it'd be great to see that happen for Kimmy, that she's grooming. And she got a couple other guys who are, on her network and something like that. I think one guy did branch off, and he hasn't formed his own network, but he's, like, going on to other platforms. So that's good, too.
Wow. Can you see? Look how this is expanding. That's what I'm talking about.
It just got started in June 2015, right?
Yeah. Wow,
hasn't been that long.
Absolutely amazing. And I just gotta tip my wig to you, Jerry, because you are you are a promoter extraordinaire. You make us all look so good. So good. You got me looking for a photographer because I'm like, I need to get another photo shoot done because my pictures, even though they look good, I need some new ones. I need a new look.
They do look good. They do look good. When I go out there, I do use Google. That's my main directory. And I go out there looking for you guys. If I don't see nothing fresh, I'm going to hit you back and say, look, you guys get in contact with a photographer. I don't care if it's Walmart. or selfie. You guys gotta because this is so important because they talk about this a lot, and this is for anybody who's in business and radio. It's over 900 million people using this platform. This is just Facebook. We're not talking about you got people using Pinterest only, people using only Twitter because some people that use Twitter don't use Facebook. They just straight Twitter. And you got Periscope, which is part of Twitter. So it's like Twitter's TV. Just like you have Google, YouTube is to Gmail, and they looking at other things. Because remember, YouTube was actually trying to buy a live platform that was similar to Periscope. It was called Twitch. What happened? Amazon came along and bought up Twitch, which is mostly used for gamers. The gamers use that to show how they share. It's like X Games type stuff and how to get to these different levels with these video games. So that was a pretty big thing that went on. So YouTube does have a live channel that we can use. It's just that it's not that easy. Matter of fact, they invited me to go to school to be trained, which I have figured it out on my own. But we're waiting for our numbers to go up a little bit with our subscribers before we start launching our live broadcast, which won't be a big deal because we do have the numbers on our website, which means, and this is just probably my fault, but because I use youth football as an excuse for everything, it's only because
Now, see, we're not gonna go deep. We just gonna talk in general about football. We've been doing good this season, Jerry. I'm proud of us.
I know.
I am so proud of us. We have been decent and in order and considerate, and we're gonna keep it like that all season, right? Right.
Y'all doing great. I'm happy for you guys. You gotta change it up once in a while and give people appreciate what they have, and we appreciate what we have. It's just that we become so close, but just not close enough. But we're in those games, and just like my son's team, we prepare. We got one more regular season game, and we're preparing for the playoffs. And the guys are gelling. We had 3 really rough losses, but they got a chance to understand what we was talking about when it comes to being disciplined and practicing well, because you're going to play some teams that's going to do those things. And these kids been playing together since they were 5 years old. The guys we have only been playing tackle football for 2-3 years the most. A lot of them are for the first time. So it's so important that they have to listen to the coaches. And then we lost players because they weren't doing well in school, and they were our most talented players. So now somebody got to step up. Just like pro football, if somebody get hurt, that's how stars are discovered. You may be the next guy up, but we may not see you for 3 years because you're playing behind a star. But he get hurt, and it's your time. You got to show the world, look, I've been practicing hard, coach confident I can step in. So that's what it's all about. Same thing with this. This is no different than football.
Right.
Somebody drop off.
Serious stuff.
It's going to be like a revolving door. You're going to recruit some people and spend some time and groom them. And see, one thing I knew, and my spirit told me, when Kimmy and Michelle and the other young lady came along, and even Benita, when they came along, and I tell other station owners the same thing. Don't get your feelings hurt when you bring somebody in and you train them and they get good, and next thing you know, they're on other people's platforms or they talking about starting their own network. Just take that as a compliment, because it's going to happen. If they were that good, God is not going to keep them confined like that just under your network. And then that just means that you constantly have to be recruiting and training. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to have a stronger presence in the Maryland area anyway. I really do. So I think that Positive Power is going to be more like a pipeline anyway of all these networks who's interested in looking for a strong, powerful audience. Because they know what my audience is made out of, and that's why we got to do the type of promotions. I did study digital photography and videography and business, all that stuff in college, and so did my oldest son Brandon. My dad is an artist himself. And so we kind of understand, and we were publishers for a few years for medical science and magazine publishers for a long time too. So we understand how to put art together with words. So that's why I think this was the perfect venue for us. And it's running in the way it's managed and ran so far, putting everything together, plugging it all in, and then finding the talent. Because you can't be all the talent. I can't be David Letterman or Jimmy Kimmel every night. I don't even want to be those guys every night like that. I want to do some other things too. I don't know what else David Letterman can do, but I know I can do more than just be a talk show host.
Absolutely.
Trainer. And that's making you guys look good. Because I know you guys have very good presentations, very good show. So why shouldn't I come to you and say, hey, Tina, and you're going to receive it, say, Tina, it's time for some new pictures. We want to promote you. And you receive that, and you understand that we grinding. I know you guys always come on here about.
All right. You hear me, Tina?
I hear you loud and clear. Are you there?
Yeah, it's a doggone thing. I must be running the network too long tonight because we got Superwoman on here.
We're having a good time. Yeah, we
are talking about our dreams, our aspirations, and our future, and God doing God's work for our people, trying to get them to the next level so they can prepare for His return. Jesus
He's coming. He's coming.
Right.
He's coming.
He's ready.
You just got to be ready.
Passing His word, getting people prepared and fellowship and rejoicing at the same time. That's what it's all about, praising the Lord, and having a good time, lifting Him up, because this is where it's supposed to be in heaven.
Yeah. When you can work hard and do it with a smile. And the Bible talks about being a cheerful giver. That's more than just monetary. We need to give of ourselves, our whole selves, cheerfully. No matter what we're going through, still acknowledge Him as our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Just be cheerful, because I know I've had worse in my life, and I'm sure my life could be not as good as it is. I don't have everything I want, but I've got everything I need. So I'm happy. This is a day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it.
Right. Yeah, we are. I mean, I'm having a good time. It's like I told you last night, my son and I, my youngest son, Baby Joy, we had a chance to go out and hang out with some radio guys, some engineers. That's our world, you know. That is our world. Live radio, free air. You know, I got a chance to let him see the other side of the spectrum. You know, because, you know, young kids only know about the internet. They probably don't have a clue what the radio's bringing in. They don't know how it's connected. But I wanted to see all of that, you know. And I said that you put it all together, you're talking about hybrid radio, you know.
Okay.
So it's going to be an awesome thing. And then with all of these, like I said, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to be figuring out the technology come along, but then it's going to be the talent and the marketing and promotion that's going to drive these things. And that's what I was going at when I was talking about, you know, getting you guys to get some professional digital photography work, because you're talking about your company. And you want to look like the big boys out there. You know, you want to look like those stations, you know, the Tom Joyners and the Steve Harvey. You know, those guys got those nice digital pictures and promoting. And they're on free radio today, but tomorrow they're going to be broadcasting. And that's what we're trying to get ready for. Because remember, those are forced entertainers. They've been forced on us. We didn't choose those guys. You have no choice if you turn in that one station that your community can pick up. You got to listen to him and his entertainment. That's all you got. But because of the internet, your smartphone, Bluetooth, they got these radio stereos down that Bluetooth right to your smartphones. So you're not limited to just listening to your smartphone, to your headphones. You can listen to them through a nice, rich, high-definition speakers. And they're like those single devices sit right there on your table, and they run through Bluetooth. And you control the volume through your phone and everything. Just like how you control your TVs and everything through your phones now.
Right, because, you know, I don't even use my my tablet that much. I've got to upgrade my phone, but, you know, everything that you need is right here on your hand.
Yeah, because I use my tablet to pick up my Netflix movies and then display it right on my TV. And my wife and I go through it real quick and look for what we want to look at and right on the TV, just like that.
Yeah.
It takes a little while. Some of the stuff not that user-friendly, but that's what YouTube's for. YouTube, there's somebody on there, believe it, there's somebody on there showing you how to find an easy way of doing it. You know, you just got to take the initiative to search for it. Like I said, use Google, Barbara. Google it.
Yeah.
And that was what I was telling. That's what I was telling one of the podcasters today. She was like, I haven't had time to spend time with Spreaker. Where's all my archive stuff? I said, all your shows are on the channel, either on our website or on Spreaker. All you got to do is type in your name, and it's going to come right up.
And it comes right up.
We're
that's what I did.
Interactive with Google. Right.
Came right up, channel 17.
For yourself, right?
Yep. I'm on it right now.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're talking about, you have what? You got over, let me check this number real quick, hold tight.
Okay.
And so far, we got over 2,400 hours of radio shows.
Wow.
I don't know nobody got enough time in their life
to
sit there and listen to all these shows. I don't care how many marathons you go. Boy, you must have nothing to do at work. You're doing a day.
We are the Netflix of Positive Power 21. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's a lot of radio, team. A lot of radio.
It is.
A lot of service space being used up. You know, we paying for it.
Oh.
So when that day came that, you know, we made the decision to become a full-blown radio station and carrying, you know, clean talk, clean music. As a matter of fact, one of the broadcasters from WEAA Sports Talk Flex Zone said he was chit-chatting a little bit, you know, how he likes to start his own thing. And, you know, they love how we have this, you know, the clean radio. And he said some of the stuff that may not be appropriate for us, you know, for Christian. I said, well, dude, really it's all about being clean. You know, everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to sin. You know, that's what the Bible's for. That's why you repent. I said, we just don't want you to get on there acting a fool because you don't know what young kids could be listening to the broadcast. That's what we had, to be role models and instrumental in their development, steering them the right way. So I said, just come clean, man. It's always a word to replace a curse word. That's, So I think you understood what I was saying. I said, you guys have to sit here like I'm a minister and everything and give your best behavior. It's about just being clean, being professional. That's what it's all about, being professional. Amen?
Oh, amen. Wow.
All right, Tina.
Woo!
We've been chit-chatting for going on 2 hours, but it's got to be 11:45. We got 3 minutes. We're going to close our show out, and we'll get together again. Maybe, like I said, you'll be here for my
show. Now, I've been here twice. Now, it's your turn to come on my show. We've got to get that together because my audience, which will eventually be your audience, our audience, because it's all connected. But,
right.
The world cannot hear enough of the positive vibrations that comes from positivepower21.org. This is, Jerry, it's a network of such awesome men and women from everyday life, from, pastors to lay people like myself, professionals and just a whole gamut. Carrie Hines with the Hair Radio Network. We're just from all over the place, but we come together as one. And when we're all on the same accord, which we are, the world is just our oyster. We open it up, and the possibilities are just endless. And the love that we share with each other. Sometimes during the day I look at my phone and there's like 90-something messages been sent, throughout one little inbox thread. I'm like, oh, I got to catch up because we be talking.
Right.
And that's what it's
about. They're launching shows. Yep, shows, inspiration. We try to do affirmation, scripture, Bible study, because we do the Bible studies on Wednesdays. And soon we're going to be doing Bible studies on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Film, that's right. PositivePower21.org TV. I actually had a name for our TV network under Positive. I just could never remember what it is. I'm just going to say Positive Power 21.org Internet TV. That's what it is.
Yeah.
TV. Yeah. We're going to have 2 nights of Bible study coming up soon because once football is over, my weeks will be freed up. I have 4 days tied up right now. I got Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday tied up for youth football. And soon all that be done, and we'll be able to reach out to these churches, hold some on-site training on how to use smartphones. All that will be free because that benefits our station when more people know how to tune into us.
This is such an awesome venue for, the sick and the shut-in, those who can't get out to get to a live Bible study or a live church service during the week. Even my Sunday show, an hour of just good gospel music, praise and worship music, something to lift your spirit.
Right.
This is so important. It's so needed. You can't get enough of it.
People need it.
You just can't.
You can't. And like you said, and one thing, too, that's so lovely about Spreaker Radio, and I just want to remind people, it's also on YouTube also. It's actually a file that's created of the audio for YouTube for those who want to listen to it on your TV because you don't want to download the app for Spreaker Radio, but you can. You can do anything on your phone. You just mirror it to your smart TV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hear problems, go to YouTube. There's somebody out there showing you how to do it. The same brand,
Absolutely.
Search for it. It's all there. It's right. And it's what I be trying to teach my son. He's getting a little better at it now. Say, if you have any problem with anything, just go out there to the internet and see. Someone had that same problem. He had a couple of little incidents with his Sony PlayStation, and a couple guys said, they was having the same problem. And so when the summer came, I said, let's take care of this problem. We've been paying for this thing, and you can't even use it. We're paying monthly for it, and you got the device we paid all that money for. You can't even play with it. So we figured out that the game just didn't have the range like the older systems. So we actually had to buy an extender, they call it, to have our signal from our studio reach to the next level of the house.
Okay.
And even outside. So what it does, it's almost like having another modem on that floor. It just extends the signal. So we didn't even know about this stuff until we went up to YouTube. So,
okay.
That's a lot of information out there. That's a lot of information out there. You just got to use that smartphone like it is.
Just Google it or YouTube it. There. Yeah.
It's texting all the time. You know, it's more than a text machine. You know, you can do your homework on there. You know, just remember those days, Tina? This is real quick. You remember how I used to enjoy those days when the teachers used to say we're going to watch a film strip, you know, whether it was on history or something that we couldn't find on TV. It was on film. I used to love those days. And now that's what YouTube is. It's one big library of visual content.
Yeah, so you could tell the evolution, because we used to have those, remember when dating ourselves when the Encyclopedia Man used to come back?
Kind of faded a little bit. You still there, you're a little weak.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I'm plugged in. I got power. I got juice here. Can you hear me okay?
Your phone must be getting tired. Did you go down to the basement? You sit in your Cleveland Browns chair. Look at Tina might have played us. We didn't lose it yet, but we just can't hear.
Okay, we're breaking up. We're breaking up.
You back? You back now?
I'm back. I'm here.
Okay, maybe that's me. It's messing up. All right. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break then, and we come back. You'll get to close us out, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear another one of my favorite artists, too. And this is, I was trying to find it, but no, here we go. We're going to do Angel Searching because this is one of her hits called Don't Let Go. And
Oh, no. It's never too hard. Oh, no. It never is. Never too hard, never too hard. It never is, never too hard. Forever, no. Trust him in his word. Don't let go. He knows. Waiting. He knows. Anticipating. Don't give up. No matter what. Be of good courage and he shall strength. Then your heart all ye. The hope in the Lord. You gotta stand up and be strong, strong. You gotta stand up and hold on. Never too hard, never too hard. Never too hard. For God. Trust him in his word. Don't let go. Never too hard, never too hard. Never too hard. For God. Trust him in his word. Don't let go.
listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, I'm back, y'all. I had to switch up systems. Sorry about that. I had myself on mute. Anyway, I had to switch up. Yeah.
Okay.
I think my computer been on too long. I think it's been on for 3 weeks, so it's probably tired. We had a lot of projects going on. Yeah, between filming the kids, the football, and then filming the Bible studies, like we're always editing. And then, we working on our music video. We're going to be releasing a music video real soon. It's going to be a big promotion, going into the Christmas season, 2016, and, just waking people up. So I think it's going to be titled Wake Up. So just bringing attention to what everybody's doing on the site. What you're doing is phenomenal, empowering people. Just waking. You know what? What you're doing is something that I bet you the radio stations in your town not spending a whole lot of time on because they can't. So I applaud you for that.
Right.
And going through the streets and bringing people on who's going through this pain, and who knows, it might promote a rally of some sort and some kind of truce with the gangs and stuff, because that's basically what it is. And like we said earlier, King, until we can get the church leaders to reach out into their parishioners and find out what can they do in the churches that they can bring the kids together to share their gifts and their talent for the Lord. That's what it's going to take. There's just so much we could do between poetry, writing short stories, writing books, Toastmasters, journalism, communication, performing arts. It don't take money to do those things. Just time.
No.
Just time.
We've got it all right here. I know we've got it all at positivepower21.org because Charles Clark, is planning on coming to Cleveland. So I'm looking forward to the connection with him when he gets here. Because that's a powerful brother. Woo.
Oh yeah. He's right in the same area. I might have a chance to meet him soon. He's right in the same area, DC area. Cause like I said, we're working on building a radio station up in near DC. So we'll be able to have guys like him come in and we sit down and do some shows. It's gonna be awesome. Some big plans. So we're working this out now with Holy Mountain International Church. So hopefully all this stuff will come in fruition real soon. So God is working. God is working, So I have to wear the other hat. I'm also a studio engineer. I could build you a studio. If you want a radio studio and you're in the Maryland area, let us know.
Wow, I'm not moving to Maryland. No, I'm not.
Well, you don't have to be here.
I'll come and visit and steal all the ideas and bring them right back home.
Well, look, all we got to do is send you the spreadsheet, how to put it together, and come on in Baltimore for the weekend. We train you real quick, and you go home. In fact, I'll send you a video. We can send you a video how to work it. We go FaceTime. Okay. You got an iPhone? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have an iPhone.
You can borrow one from somebody.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we go Google out. We do Google Hangout. Show you how to do it.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, that's right.
See,
well,
teamwork makes the dream work. We do this together. Right. That's what I love. We are family. We are family. Thank you.
Nice professional setup, and and what people don't understand, radio is a very lucrative business. Those guys, those urban radio stations, those country stations, even those Christian stations, they've been making millions of dollars every year buying up other small radio stations that are not doing quite as well because some of the station owners don't know what they're doing, or they're not hands-on or whatever, or they're not embracing the community. That's the whole thing. And that's what we're trying to do, go out to these churches, find a church family,
and build your ministry from there, your church ministry or your radio ministry.
Yeah.
And people will come. You know, they find out who you are. So it's a lot we want to do to teach our producers how to manage this as a business. So a lot of them are just having fun. And I can say some of them probably playing a little radio. You know, it's their dream. But it's going to get to a point where, and I had this discussion with another podcast today, and I said, I know you're having fun, and you said that you don't care if you reach one person and they can be saved, you're happy. But you got to think about where the state of our people. We got people who we don't have no jobs. You know, we don't have money. We don't have the real money circulating through our community because we don't control media. That's where the money is. You know, distribution. Even the hair industry. Who's bringing in the products? It's not us. You know,
right.
There's a few black-owned companies that have do black hair products, but they don't fill up a whole shelf.
No, because we and they combined. Just we took ourselves off the market. We gave all our secrets away. We talked too much, and we got infiltrated. And the first thing we turned around and whoop, there it was. We didn't have anything left.
Yeah, because I think when Duncan Niggas, when Soul Train Johnson & Johnson came up with Johnson & Johnson products, which I heard not even a black-owned company.
It's not.
Right. That was really the formula to our success. It was right there. Promoting on a top professional dance show where people, that's what they was into, their hair and clothes. That was the formula right there. And we just didn't see it. It was written on the wall. It was on the wall. And look what happened. They're the largest product cosmetic company in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's not even ours anymore.
Yeah. And who helped them get there? Who helped them get there? And that's like almost anything with us, and I just think, I'm just glad, like you said, seeing the way our network is growing and people coming together because they love what they do. And then the thing about it is, you guys got ownership of your own thing. It's not like you work for Positive Power 21. It's you work for Tina Hobson.
Okay.
Penny Kim works for Relations Radio, which is hers. Benita Claiborne works for Storm Talk 365. There's nobody works for me. It's just my family. Our job is to promote and find the audience for you guys to talk to. And then eventually what's going to happen, that's going to bring the advertising dollars in like crazy. I lost a lot of advertising when I went to Christian radio because I couldn't carry their material.
I'm sure you did, yeah.
Yeah, we lost a lot of radio ads and books, a lot of book authors.
Yeah, that's being in the world but not of the world. And we have to stand apart though.
That's right. But I could do it again. It didn't take me but a few months to get those ads. That radio station wasn't up and running until it was a year, December 21st. So Robin Lynn gave me an award. We got an award from Spricker Radio, Robin Lynn Productions, and then gave us an award, being Podcast of the Year, and that's basically the ads for coming in. So now, June 5th, 2016 will make 1 year as a global Christian radio network, and I've seen a couple countries fall off too. That some jumped on. Like Brazil came on real strong. So I think Germany fell off a little bit because they were really into the fictional authors and the stories that they were telling. But we still got the same stories, but now it's more Christian-based. But we're starting to see a lot more areas of the country jump on board. And the numbers, I think we just hit over 80,000 people been listening to us on demand, which is great. Great numbers. 2,400 hours of talk radio and little music, gospel music. And then we're on iTunes. And who knows, I got to figure out how you analyze that. But I know that right now our social media network is over 14 million because we had all these groups. And then you talk about all the people who are sharing our files is being all counted, with views and hits.
Yeah.
Pinterest and Twitter and it just goes on and on. And I count, I'm building our YouTube channel, and that's what we hope that be the next thing. And I think that's what a lot of the podcasts is working on now, is trying to get into internet TV. So that's next on the horizon for all of us too, so people get away from that idiot box, because reality TV is doing nothing but destroying your family. You wonder why so much violence? How are kids gonna feel happy at home when their mothers and boyfriends and siblings are fighting all the time? The kid's gonna go out there and then he's gonna be destructive because he doesn't have no home is not safe for him.
Right.
Or her. So what you expect? How they gonna act in school when they come home and they see you watching this foolishness on TV? Like I get a lot out of Empire.
That's my show.
Yeah.
Okay. But hey, I was willing to give it up tonight for you. Then found out it wasn't even on tonight. So hey, I'm a winner.
Right, that's right. It's not on. I haven't even seen last week, but this is what I got out of it. I do respect the fact that he's taking care of his family, and that's all he cares about. But the method, the way they do things is very vicious and destructive, and it's not showing you that it's another way of doing things. It's like it's showing the rawness of the music industry. Everything everybody thought it was, they're validating it. So it's like, why would I want my child to go in the music industry? It's just too vicious, and it disrespects women, and nobody respects nobody. So it's like it's what it is. They call themselves out. That's what they did. So the only thing I say is that it does motivate you to want to have your own. Do something for your family.
And that's what I was talking about, the Positive Power 21.org empire. It's began. It's already, the seed has been planted. God is watering it, and we are growing by leaps and bounds all the time. Like I said, the possibilities are just, we don't even know where we're going, Jerry, because God, he's got something planned for us that we can't even imagine.
Right. And I'm just so blown away by, listening to some of these shows, with the level that these shows are climbing to. And this wait till the people find out that all this stuff is on demand, sitting here waiting for them. And eventually they telling people too, these girls that come on here that are advocates for nonviolence and domestic abuse, they're advocates for us too. They telling people, hey, I just told my story, but you can listen to it again on this network, So that's why it's so important for us to have that display, that presentation online, to be as professional, because how people going to take you and I serious when we on there with, uncoordinated pictures. They're not matched up with colors. People don't understand what we're trying to say. And, it's like, wow, who is this person? Wow, that's who? We gotta look like what we sound like. And we sound good. So we want to look good.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
that's
do.
And that's called corporate communications, people. Corporate communications, bringing it all together, the whole presentation. It's just like a guy walking out the door with his Sunday best on, and then he opens up his mouth, and you don't see nothing but all gold. They don't understand a word he's saying. They're like, sorry, what are you saying again? And you see this guy looking clean. Oh, look at Bishop. Bishop getting plenty. Open up his mouth. Yo, silly. You are silly. So that's why we gotta do our thing. God has blessed all of us with many, many skills, and we're just putting it together. And like you said, this thing is wide open for us. Boy, it's going to be fun to watch this thing happen. I know God not finished, but He's just getting started.
Okay. Yes.
We're infantry. We're infant stage right now. Infant stage. So you ready for this, right?
I'm ready. Well, TD Jakes, get ready. world.
It's funny. It's funny. We have been contacted by their office, more than several times. We actually was supposed to be helping out his executive secretary with her conference promotion. I think it was last month. And I think both of us got too busy. And then his best friend, they had pointed him out of the direction to promote his book on our show when his best friend was promoting his walk with death, with drug abuse and stuff. And that was really something, being in contact with a big Christian mogul like T.D. Jakes. I said, wow, what is that saying about Positive Power, 21.org?
Absolutely.
And the people that surround us, it's like we people must really like what they hear and what they see. So we gotta make sure we stay on top of our game.
I'm in it. We in it. Yeah. We are in it to win it.
That's right. And your boy Curry, I listen to Curry. So Curry cracks me up. Curry is a funny guy, and he's doing this thing too. Curry making this thing happen, and I tell everybody check him out too. He's looking for a little. He does a lot of empowerment about entrepreneurship, talking about black hair, and talking a lot of history, which is very, very good programming. Very good programming.
Absolutely.
The
hardest working man in the hair industry. That's him.
Yeah. We almost lost him for a while because remember he took a break. He went to Puerto Rico, came back, and he was like, I'm going on the man. I'm going to make people pay to listen to me. I'm only going to do one show a week if he did that. I was like, God. And he said, yeah, Joe, you had any people to come on? He was trying to pull up some acts to go on that thing. I didn't understand what he was doing. But he came back. You can catch him in the morning, 6 to 9. So I guess he was exhausted. He's on it every day, doing this thing.
That's a lot. Especially that early in the morning. 6 to 9, 5 days a week. That had to be, wow.
I know, but it's just, I guess it's just like, it's better than probably going to a job at 6 o'clock in the morning that you don't like. At least he does love it, He does. He has fun. He has a great, I love the morning guest. He has that girl, Queen. What she call herself?
Oh, my God.
I haven't listened to her in a couple of days. But she called herself Queen. I think she's down in Florida. I think she's a hair operator on salon. She is great. And she knows everybody, too. And he's supposed to have a big expo, ladies and gentlemen, coming up in February.
Coming up in February, the last weekend in February, a big 3-day Hair Nation expo. Yep. So get your tickets, register.
Yeah, you're supposed to be there, right? Are you going to be there?
That's my plan.
Yeah, mine too. That's a Terry, what are you giving it during snow season, man? I don't travel that far on the snow season, man. But I don't know, maybe we got a good rate.
We'll work something out. Yeah.
I might have to fly there, and I'll get transportation from the airport. That's I don't do 95 during the winter. So.
It's rough. It's rough. Yeah. February, the end of February, that's right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it is. The March, man, in February and March for Baltimore, from day to day, we don't know what's going to happen. So
from day to day, from hour to hour.
Yeah, and then last year we had a lot of snowstorms on the weekends. Yeah. We didn't get a lot of days off during the week, and the kids ran into some problems because of, they had some delayed days and closing because of the buses. But as far as our work was concerned, the government really didn't shut down much. Everything happened on the weekend. Everything. Yeah, it was awful. It's only a weekend shoveling snow.
Okay.
All right, let's get out of here.
Jerry, this has been great. Oh, my goodness.
I know you don't want to go. I tell you what, let's take this quick commercial. And we're promoting this guy's book, good poetry book. You look for something to read before you go to bed or wake up in the morning. This great inspiration. This young man grew up in a Christian church. His father, pastor, and his mom, pastor, Philip Berry. We're hoping to produce a video for him real soon. So check this out, everybody. He's on Amazon.com, and this is a commercial, okay?
Be right back. When Tina comes back, she's going to give us her final thoughts for tonight's show. All right?
All right.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Here we go. A poetry book written by Philip Beery. Testimony of one's true greatness. Without the touching and compelling healing story, one wouldn't be able to tell the grace and the goodness of God's ultimate and testimonial glory. These stories and the uplifting messages behind the concept and the meaning of this book is mostly about overcoming tough challenges, obstacles, and giving God all the well-deserved glory and the highest praise. This book is available on Amazon.com in digital and hard copy, and you can find it at Infinity Publishing at buybooksontheweb.com. Testimonial of One's True Greatness by poet Philip Beery.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, thank you, Robot. All right, it's been a long one. Well, I don't think I've been on the show this long since I used to do the party line.
Wow, you know what? It's a Holy Ghost party, okay? We still partying. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Still partying. That's right.
Okay.
Tina-Hobson, I am Superwoman. And we're so glad to have you, and you accepted our invite to Ladies of Radio. Normally we do have two guests, but I know we because of that last broadcast you had with Charles Clark and Charles Wolfer, we just had to have you by yourself just to talk about your journey of empowering people and try to save your community. That you had to have this by yourself, right?
Well, absolutely, and that was God's. That was all orchestrated again by God. The evolution of my show. I started with just authors, some coaches, people that people knew, but then God told me to bring it back home. Having people worldwide, that's all good, and that's going to continue to happen. But I needed to bring it back to my own home. This weekend I'm going to have Annette Blackwell. She's a beautiful African-American sister running for mayor of Maple Heights, Ohio. That's my home.
Wow.
and Charles Wakefield and Sonia Garth, and different other playwrights and stuff from home. They said charity starts at home. I did it kind of backwards. I started out, but I'm bringing it back. And along with bringing it back home, I'm bringing it back spiritually. When I said, I talked about starting the second show, which airs on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., that just a full hour of praise and worship music, bringing it back to the basics. I can't tell anybody, I can't present the world and not be doing something for my own home, right here in my own backyard. To me, that's being hypocritical. And we had talked about, core values and ethics and things we would and would not do. And so I've got to bring it home. I've got to. And those shows the last couple of weeks, they're just the beginning. They're just the beginning of what I'm going to do to promote the positive aspects of my city, of Cleveland, Ohio, because there are a lot. There are a lot.
That's right. That's true. Tina, I think you didn't make a bad move. You're pretty much in the same boat we are. Baltimore, Charm City, has always been known to be, people got that crab mentality. Nobody really supports you when you're starting out at the ground level. You got to leave town and come back a millionaire before they hear you. So it's like, really, you going out globally, reaching out to people on your show. Then when you show up and say, hey, I want to support your group, and they say, oh, yeah, we know who you are. We hear you all the time on Blog Talk Radio, So now they respect you. So I think you did the right. Cause we had to do the same thing. We had to do the same thing. Go out globally, grab people in. Because these people that's on this network, man, they've been way more supportive than most of my family members on the next level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you don't see. I gotta admit, you don't see Nene in here dusting my computers or nothing. She up there watching TV. She said, "Hey, you want to drink some water?" She said, "Hey, you want a bottle of water?" You've been talking to Superwoman for 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now my son, my sons, they in this thing. My dad, My brother's not involved. He's more of a solid partner now. My sister, of course, she's on board now because she really loves this. She liked this better than when we were publishing the newspaper. We actually used to publish the newspaper in the community on the Eastern Shore. But she really likes this a lot better. So we get a lot of support from her. But, yeah, you don't see, and I do have one aunt support us on Facebook, but most of all of my cousins that really support us are on the Eastern Shore. They've been following us for a while, even when we were newspaper publishers. Actually, my brother and I started as promoters for fashion shows and dance shows, stuff like that. And we had a real strong support group from the Eastern Shore, only because we were from Baltimore, and they, I guess they really was into Baltimore, Washington at the time. So, but we, right now they right there helping us out. We actually really planning to do a show before snow season. One of my cousins has a really, really large church down there, so we're planning to make that happen real soon. So, and also, y'all want to meet us? You're in the Washington, D.C. area. You're still hanging out on the show. We're going to be Sunday. We're going to be in Greenbelt, Maryland, Holy Mountain International Church with Senior Pastor Dudley Bello and his lovely wife, Pastor Rhonda Bello. We will be there on the Sunday service. Oh, yeah. We're going to be there. We'll be there Sunday broadcasting and filming. It'll be on Periscope Live, YouTube that day, and then and we'll podcast for that night also. So you got 3 ways. So we're going hybrid, y'all. We're going hybrid. So check us out.
All right.
Yeah,
well, you said triple threat. We coming at them from every direction.
Yeah, that's how Jordan and I roll now. So, no excuses. Pull your phone out and you can watch them. They have Women's Day weekend starting on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, guest speakers. So get a chance to check them out. It's a very nice church. And like I said, some big things about to happen at Holy Mountain International Church. So look for that to happen real soon. Some great things. They're actually helping with Relation Magazine is out there. That's going to be coming in with a big event in January, I think, here in Maryland. Also, Jan Vaz Radio co-owner Louise Smith is having a big event for writers in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. So you go to Kingdoms Builders Publishing Company to find out more information about that. So if you're interested in checking out those workshops, it's going to be happening, I think, next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot of events. So check out Facebook page, Google us, listen to some of these shows. A lot of them are guests in the network. You're in the area. Check it out.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, trying to dominate here, trying to make my presence known here. So come on out to, let me forget, come on out to Maximum Life Christian Church in Baltimore, Maryland, Woodlawn area. You can Google that, Pastor Sherry Grant. She got Bible study on Wednesday where they're filming, and Sunday service starting at 10:15. They got some great singers. If you don't believe me, check us out. Look up MLCC on our YouTube channel and check out those singers there. That worship service is out of this world, and they're getting better. Another woman just joined this week, and she can sing. So,
she can sing.
Right. She can sing.
All right.
So check it out. So great things happening there. Also, we're going to be attending probably a couple Bible studies with Promised Land Christian Church out in near UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, out that way. And this guy actually had walked with Christ when he was on drugs and selling drugs. He was a big-time drug dealer. I forgot what state he was in, but Lord called him to preach. He came to Maryland, was taught under a bishop, and you can hear his story also on our podcast. They have a show 400 with Pastor Clinton Terry. That was a fascinating story. And we actually plan to do a docu-film with him. So we're going to be sitting down with him, planning that out this winter, because that guy had a story. And we believe that story needs to be on YouTube. So we will be getting together with him real soon to film that in segments. So I got to get to that lady who's a script writer at his church so we can get her to write the script and get this thing done. Ooh, it's going to be powerful. Ooh.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
All right, you ready to close this
Positive power. Okay. Well, Jerry, first of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you a million times. Thank you for just welcoming me so warmly into the Positive Power 21.org family. I feel like I just felt right in the place. I felt right at home. Everybody just, we greet each other. We, like you said, we share with each other. We pray together. We cry together. We promote each other, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
It is.
Again, I Am a Superwoman Radio. We air every Friday night, 9 o'clock on Blog Talk Radio, but I am on Channel 17 on Positive Power 21.org on demand. You can hear me anytime. I've been promoting it while we've been talking on the show tonight. I'm just grateful. I am just grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be able to be used in the kingdom by God to do positive things today, because it wasn't always that way. So I've been delivered. I've been set free. And whom the Lord sets free is free indeed, and I am truly, truly free. I just give all glory to God, just all of it, Jerry, because without Him there would be no me, and I am totally, totally aware of that. So when you're feeling down and out, just look to the hill from which cometh your help. Your help comes from the Lord. All you got to do is ask, and ye shall receive. Don't ever think you're too old, or you're the wrong sex or the wrong race. You can always be used. My new motto is it's never too late to be great. At the age of 62, I've had 2 books published. Becoming a part of Positive Power 21.org. All of these things have been happening after the age of 60. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But it's never too late. It's never too late. But you got to want it, though. You've got to want it. You've got to want it. And it's not, you got to work at it. You've got to work at it. Nothing comes
radio.
easy.
That's right. We're not playing radio over here.
No. We don't play. We have fun, but we don't play.
That's right. We grind, man. And that's the great thing about everybody here. And you always going to have a few people who still learning the ropes, and they still a little confused about how it works. But I think eventually they're going to get it. Their spirit is going to tell them, say, hey, don't worry about the money right now. It's going to happen. It's going to come to you. This thing is still new to everybody. It's still relatively new. The Internet has just reached its peak, and those networks are still working on making these things, because they turn a lot of video files and bytes and audio now. So this thing is, remember, it's like water pressure. You got to look at it like that. If somebody stick a ball of toilet paper in the middle, it's going to slow it up. So, they know they got to pick that big boost on there, because, I got a boost on my system, and because we don't play. And I learned that when I was in publishing, that, we needed a lot of power. So we actually had our studio rewired underground connected to the tap. So, man, we turned some bandwidth up. Some of my kids eating up my doggone bandwidth with them tablets and them TS4 systems and stuff.
Okay.
I'm hardwired. I had to go hardwired. I was wireless at one time, but then I had to go hardwired because of, the area too. You got a lot of kids, that's what they do. They online playing,
Right.
We're all competing. We're all competing for bandwidth. But Tina, I know you got to go to. It's almost 12:30. We did our thing today.
Well, me and you, we be texting back and forth. It'd be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you doing up? Go to bed, Jerry. Go to bed.
This is my job. This is my job.
This is it. Right.
I appreciate you. I mean, like anybody, you do want to get promoted on your job, but when God promotes you to where we are right now, I got to say this one now. Of course, a lot of people in my job probably don't understand and confused. Hey, wasn't it the guy that was working for the commissioner? Why he's not there anymore? I don't know. Maybe that was my time with the commissioner. I did a couple of conferences and learned about small business and named that a small business conference and organized. And maybe it was nothing for me to learn. I don't know. The Lord moves you where He thinks you best fit. So I'm just, I'm just receiving and go where He say go.
Right, because we're not working. We don't work for man anyway. We work for God. So I believe if more people had that attitude, you're not going in there. You don't work for your boss. You don't work for your supervisor. You work for the Lord.
And look, I think they understand that, Tina, because they my friends on Facebook, so they've seen what's going on here. They see me come to work, they like, and I wear a suit every day. I wear a suit every day. I'm representing Positive Power. So when people pull and say, I know you, I watch your channel, I watch your show, I listen to Kimmy Kim. Oh, I love the storm. Oh, Tina, did you hear Tina's show last night? Of course I heard Tina's show last night. You walk into a book expo and a young kid pull you up and say, I want to be on your network. This is what I do. Take my card. Check me out. And next thing you know, I'm at his live show listening to him broadcast on free air, and we're podcasting him live through our network while we filming him for our YouTube channel. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Woo.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
what I'm
There
talking
you
about
go.
right there.
That's empowerment.
And he came over. Matter of fact, we interviewed his host, which is a young female, gifted in sports. Her dad, she's her dad's, what she said? I guess she said she's the son her father never had, but he has a daughter. They got a chance to get her on. That was an inspiration, empowering, just, listening to that young lady. But then at the end of the broadcast, they did have some technical stuff going early before the broadcast started, but my son got a chance to witness, to watch a group of people of color come together. Nobody was arguing. Oh, man, come on, dude. We supposed to be on a half hour with none of that. They were just trying to get the problem fixed, got it fixed, went to air. They apologized to their audience. They did their thing. When they finished the show, they were saying how grateful they were to be part of Positive Power. They even said my favorite thing, the Feel the Power 21. I was like, y'all been listening to that. It was just, these young people. Young people. I was like, wow, young people. They feeling it. So, we gotta keep our ball rolling, and I want people to continue to support us as a network. And Tina's gonna probably do her own network, and there's gonna be more of us. But when we come together and have our manager station owner conferences, that's what I'm talking about right there, Tina. When we get together in DC, Detroit or Maryland or whatever, and we have our manager, station manager conferences, because we're owners of networks. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
It is done. It is done.
It's in the plan.
Sir.
So we just
and you know what? That's amazing. You talked about my strategic plan, but you've got a strategic plan. Kimmy Kim, Pastor Bellows, everybody. When all of those plans come together, talk about an explosion. Whoa, we just gonna blow the top off of it. Wow.
And I love what, and I had a meeting. I usually have a 10 o'clock meeting every day with the Storm, Benita Claiborne, and she said some things. The last couple of meetings were so important. She don't want to bring the same style of talk radio because she knows that if she's going to be on her network and Bella's got her network, everybody got to bring some different substance for the audience. So you don't want the audience to say, then I just heard that show on Jerry's network or Tina network. We want to bring different. We want to have different styles. Because, of course, a lot of us going to be selling airtime, so we won't have a control of some of the programming. So we may be inviting ministers who will be doing devotions and online Bible study, because that's what we're looking to do, too. We're looking to bring in pastors to do, online Bible studies in their chambers, coming through our network, devotions, live Bible study, all that stuff. That's where we're looking to go. So you may not get as much talk shows from us as we move through the pipeline. You may get a lot more of that maybe coming out of Kimmy's shop, because she tends to really like having a lot of talk shows, like topics and stuff. And I know you're the same way too. But I know Stormy was talking about
creating her own style of network, bringing more empowerment and talking about finances and buying homes and makeup and taking care of your skin. So she's going after a lot of those areas that I guess like a lot of the stuff that you see on Oprah, but more on a secular, but more on a Christian level. So I can't wait to see what Stormy going to bring. That's going to be really exciting because she's going to be good. It's going to be good. And right now we're working on getting her equipment together and getting her engineer to help her, and she's going to be probably running through Spreaker or maybe TuneIn, because TuneIn, I think her people are more familiar with TuneIn, so you might catch her on TuneIn, and still you're going to still catch a show with her and I on my network, because we said we won't let that stop happening, so we will continue at least. We come together as station owners to do a show, and that we welcome anybody, that's going to be on that level to do that. That's going to be awesome. So that's the strategic plan. That's just a little bit of it in a nutshell for those of you who would like to know what's going on. Where we going. And
it ain't no secret. This is what we going. Right. This is what we are doing. Join us. Right. Come on, get a piece.
Come on out. And then when we get together, we had those big revivals. I ain't talking about no little tent neither. I'm talking about we bring in Tina Hobson and Charles Clark and Kimmy Kim and Rhonda Bellows and all the people that you hear on the network on one stage.
My God.
And saving people.
God.
And then we get that anointed pastor giving that word because they're here. They are here. This area, people understand the history of Maryland. This is the land where Frederick Douglass was born and Harriet Tubman. This is where the Underground Railroad was stationed. This is the station. This is where they were moving people to get them up to Canada, up through Ohio, and through California. This is where stuff originated from. So there's some real history here. So this is all happening for a reason. Know your history. Know your history.
You got to know it.
Yeah. So you want to see it. I already picked the location. The place got a state-of-the-art sound stage and jumbo screens and, the band, space. It's going to be phenomenal what we're going to do. It's going to be phenomenal. All right.
All right.
Did you give us your final word? You gave us the final word? You done?
Yeah, I gave it.
All right.
But again, it's never too late to be great. If you've got a family, and your family is who you choose for it to be. Just like people say social media. I don't like Facebook. It's too much garbage on there. I said, you choose. You got a choice.
Right. You choose.
Who you have in your circle.
And plus we bring in so much, now there's more Christianity, like more Christian material is coming, because one of the things and I want to put this out real quick, Benita's entertaining these pastors who actually have Bible colleges. So you're not getting people in here that's just giving you their made-up perspective on the Bible. These are trained theologians. These guys have been studying this stuff for years, all their life, and they've made mistakes because you're going to Google and you're going to see some stuff out there, and, you may believe it, you may not believe it, but that's not who they are today, because God will take a drug dealer, a junkie, a rapist, a child molester, and he will make them who they are today, and that is to praise him and be a testimony of how powerful he is. And you're going to see miracles, but you don't know him right now, so this is platform is to help you. For those who don't like to read, but you like to listen, this is just another platform to get to know your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
It's the word. It's too many ways to get the word today.
That's right.
Audio, visual, internet. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
That's right.
There's none.
No excuse. You're right. So we're in on that note. We're going to end on that note. If you don't mind, you got one more thing. It's okay. It's okay. We still got a couple more minutes before we hit 3 hours.
What? I'm just thrilled. My face hurts. I have been grinning for 3 hours, 4 minutes. No, 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 37 seconds. Jerry, I've got this smile on my face is frozen. Because the joy that I've had from being on your show tonight, from talking to you. We talk all the time. We inbox. We do that every day. but to talk ear to ear, you know, and when you're talking about something that has substance, that has meaning, it's just amazing. It's amazing.
Right.
I love my life today, and you talked about, you know, how anybody can change and anybody can teach anybody for real if you're sincere. Right. You know, a drug dealer, that's what I was. A drug user, that's what I was. A prostitute, that's what I was. You know, suicidal, that's what I was. But today, I'm not those things anymore, and I love life.
That's right. You child of God right now. You child of God right now. You teaching and preaching.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death today.
That's right.
When I go out to talk to these boys, you know, they know I'm sincere. I don't get no disrespect. I don't get no back talk. I don't get none of that.
Right.
These kids look at me, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
You know, I want to talk to you. I'm not going to talk at you. No.
Hallelujah. All right, Superwoman. Batman's about to sign off. We appreciate having you on the show. I gotta get up. I forgot. I got to be somewhere in the morning. But we love having you on here. We definitely gonna do it again. Everybody heard her strategic planning. They heard the strategic planning of Positive Power 21.org.
Hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. It's out there now. Okay.
Right. So they will see it soon. They will see it soon.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I gotta ask Tina. Did you feel the power, Tina?
I felt the positive power. 21, positive power 21.org.
Yeah.
Woo!
Right.
Yes.
She felt the power. She felt the power 21. All right. Like I read in Philippians 4:4, always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Let everyone see that you are unselfish and considering all you do, Tina Hobson. Remember, the Lord is coming soon, so don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. I'm Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide.
Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on PositivePower21.org and Spreaker.com/PositivePower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everybody. Y'all stay awesome all week long.